Now you remember, black folk, especially the simple Simon FBA, your ancestors died for my right to buck dance for Hillary Clinton. For my right to buck dance for Hillary Clinton. For my right to buck dance for Hillary Clinton.
It's the butthurt blues. No matter who, 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 it's the butthurt blues.
Gynocracy is over. The black manosphere is here to stay.
I choose the bear. He won't try to hurt me.
Lord, bless this food I'm about to receive. Amen.
Lord, what is in that hair? Oh my God.
I choose the bear. He will never hurt me.
A few moments later.
Hey, come get her. She did something to my baby daddy.
What?
I choose the bear. He will never hurt me.
Bitch, you on YouTube too?
I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
What's going on, everybody? AB Media 83 here. Tonight's topic is it's time to be thinking black men and not emotional black males. It's time to be thinking black men and not emotional black males. If black men want to make progress in this country and in the world, we have to be thinking black men. We cannot be in our feelings like roly-poly. Case in point.
Now you remember, black folk, especially the simple Simon FBA, your ancestors died for my right to buck dance for Hillary Clinton. For my right to buck dance for Hillary Clinton. For my right to buck dance for Hillary Clinton.
Oh yes. Oh yes. They're always in their feelings. And in fact, I got a couple of videos of roly-poly in his feelings. Once again, this stream is about being thinking man and not being in their feelings like, the butthurt brain trust. I said what I said. Oh, I'm sorry, the butthurt brain fart. No, wait, I'm sorry, the dishonest brain trust. They don't deserve the name Black Brain Trust. Yeah, I said it. But let me go ahead and drop the link, and you brothers can come up. And we're going to go to the first video. But yeah, tonight's theme is it's time to be thinking black men and not emotional black males. Notice I didn't say man. There's a difference between a man and a male. And we're going to be taking a look at that. Now, the first video we're going to be looking at, Roland Martin has a message for black men. A very interesting message for black men.
There are a lot of black men who are also angry at Democrats because of black girl magic. See, I ain't gonna
what black girl magic? Really? We're angry because of black girl magic. Huh. Could have fooled me. What's going on, Namer?
Had to do. Welcome to the butthurt blue section of this, the monstrosity and this debacle. And we got some ads for AB. AB Media is proudly brought to you by Clearwater Laxatives. When things get muddy, Clearwater is definitely your buddy.
Yeah, keep Snowman in your prayers. He was in the hospital the other day. I don't know if he's still in there, but yeah, just keep him in your prayers.
We're gonna reach out. I'll try to message him later.
Yeah, I sent him a couple messages today, but he didn't respond, so I don't know what's going on. But let's continue.
get a problem saying it. And I've had conversations with many sisters who kept assigning everything to misogyny. And I said, you can't do that. And I'm like, take it from me as a black man. I know the conversations that I have. And so what I've had to say to brothers is, brothers, you're offended by black girl magic. You're offended.
We're offended by black girl magic. Really? Is that the best you got? I think the real question is it black girl magic or is it daddy government covering for black women? Oops, did I say that out loud? Did I say that out loud?
No, he didn't say it loud enough.
Is it really black girl magic or is it daddy government covering for black women? That is the question.
More like government enabled black women, black female fuckery.
Democratic Party. You're offended when people say that black women are the backbone of the Democratic Party.
No, not really, because to a degree they are the backbone of the Democrat Party, and that's why the Democrat Party is kind of falling apart right now. Whoops. That's kind of accurate, believe it or not. I'm not offended. They say that black women are the backbone of the Democrat Party. Look at the state of the Democrat Party. Y'all think I don't do these memes? I make these memes for a reason. Let's see, where is that? I know I still have it. I think this is it. Yep. What does Proverbs 14:1 says? A wise woman builds her house, builds her home, but a foolish woman tears it down with her own hands. So, yeah. And evidently, Roland Martin didn't look at that DNC autopsy report that just came out. Whoops. You thought we didn't know? Okay.
Party. It's also factually correct that black men are the second largest voting bloc of the Democratic Party.
And you're still complaining. Nearly 80% of black women, nearly 80% of black men voted for Kamala Harris. And they're still complaining about us 20% that voted for Trump.
What does that tell you? Black men are the convenient scapegoats when shit goes wrong.
Pretty much.
They're the go-to for the blame to use. I mean, everybody knows. They mentioned this, I'm sure, in Christianity as well as in Islam, that the devil's favorite game is the blame game.
Yep.
So
But
when
basically,
it's when, go ahead.
basically, and then I'll let you finish. But basically, what Roland's trying to tell you is,
I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
that's what he's basically trying to tell you. Right now.
Shit, just as sure as fat meat is greasy, but not as greasy as Jermaine Jackson's hair.
Damn, that's
And you know it's his fault. hey, find the line what I just said.
I can't find the line what you said, man. But that is still fucked up.
It's fucked up. It's as fucked up as him doing a duet with Janet.
Of the Democratic
Sorry, Whitney.
Black women are the backbone of the Democratic Party. It's also factually correct that black men are the second largest voting bloc of the Democratic Party.
That's right.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not, where are my manners? Just no man would get on me for not doing this. Where are my manners? I'm going to give you a fair warning right now, fellas. A fair warning right now.
Simp alert. Simp. 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 Simp.
Let me play that one more time.
Simp alert. Simp. 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 Simp.
A lot of these brothers are upset because I had a brother who told me, who was running in Texas, he said, you ain't got no shot in running if you're a black man. You got to be a black woman. And I was like, where did you get that from? And he started explaining to me. And this is what I said to him. And this is the reality, Michael. A lot of these brothers are pissed off that these sisters have organized themselves, have mobilized themselves, are raising money, are doing what they're supposed to do.
And getting help doing it.
And then when I look over here,
and getting extra help doing it, that's the part you don't want to talk about.
I see a whole bunch of brothers with attitudes and sour faces, and my response to them is, well, why aren't you organizing? And
who says we're not organizing? Anyway.
And I've said, listen, I got no problem. I've said to Khalil, bruh, win with black men. Yes, we had that great call the day after Kamala Joe dropped out.
Yeah, that great call of a bunch of shills. A bunch of Democrat shills called up and had a great meeting of the minds, and she still lost. Oops, I say that out loud.
Wait a minute, great call. They were scrambling once he showed his ass at the debates with Trump, and showed his incapacity.
Yeah, pretty much.
What the hell are they talking about?
Yeah,
tell it like it is. Tell it like it is.
That's my response. That's why I can't go to church right now, because I'm too old. I can't lie anymore. You sold us a fucking dementia patient with stage 4 cancer and a drunk AKA who slept her way to the top. Why the hell should I take you seriously?
AB, if you're gonna say it like that, just go Danny Glover. Go Roger Murtaugh.
I'm too old for this shit.
Damn right.
Wait, let me go beat you. I am too old for this bullshit.
That's 1/3 of the mantra. The other 2/3 are.
I ain't got no time for this bullshit.
No, that's the third part. You're going one step ahead. It's I am too old for this bullshit. Mm-hmm. I ain't got no time. I am too old for this bullshit. I don't have. No, I ain't got no time for this. No, I am too old for this bullshit. I have no interest in this bullshit, and I ain't got no time for this bullshit.
Yeah,
you're too old, impatient.
Not like that, but we'll sort that out if Snowman comes up here.
I said, but the meetings have to continue. Black women, the reason Win with Black Women is so potent today is because they started.
Is it potent today, though? Wait, what? Are you serious? Is it potent today? Anyway.
What is he talking about?
The purpose was to get the nomination for Kamala Harris. They achieved their goal in 2024. Then they said, well,
yeah, they achieved their goal, and Kamala Harris lost, didn't win a single swing state. Whoops. They achieved their goal, and Kamala Harris lost spectacularly. So, what's our senator to go with Black Girl Magic? Okay, anyway.
Let's keep going. In 2020, they said, well, let's keep going. And the problem that I see with black men, and Michael, I've told this to many black men, stop bitching that sisters have organized and mobilized.
Who's bitching? Only people I see bitching are shills like you and Man of Tomorrow and Mike V. That's the only people I see bitching.
And you got to do it yourself. And if we really want to be honest,
yeah, no shit,
Michael, and I'm about to step on some serious toes. The reason many of these brothers don't want to organize and mobilize, because historically, when it came to organizing and mobilizing, it was the sisters who were doing the planning.
Bullshit. That is total bullshit. But yeah, it's going to get worse too, unfortunately. But that is total horse shit.
Usually gets a whole lot worse before it gets any better, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna call it what
I already gave the simp alert now.
it is.
Roland, I can't listen. I won't disagree with you. I would tell you this: some of my biggest mentors and some of my folks that I revere in this game are black women.
No one cares.
I can go from Shavonda Sumter. I can go to Judith Finellis. I can go on and on. I mean, the names that.
It's the master teacher. We got the master teacher in the building.
I'm trying to give all these haters wings, man. What's going on?
Hi, Daddy. I had to say it. I just had to say it just to be funny. Just to be funny. Hey.
All right.
Master teacher, you know.
You just heard a hater, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, truth be told, Father's Day is like what, 3 weeks away? 3-4 weeks away? So we get on the jump start just to get to know everybody.
Oh yeah.
Because fathers need love too. Moms had their moments, so back off and
yeah, we're gonna get our socks and a lump of coal.
Yeah, pretty much. So evidently we're intimidated by Black Girl Magic somehow.
yeah. They, according to them, yeah.
And you might be interested in what this clown says next.
Okay. Can speak ad nauseum. Regina Thomas, my mother, Kelly Ledette. They, and even you look at the civil rights movement, they were the ones who were really organized, and they were writing the letter.
No, they weren't.
That's what I was like. Oh, see, now you're gonna lie on the okay.
They were, providing a place and providing a place to stay. They were making the food.
No, they weren't, and I can confirm that.
No,
I can literally confirm that. My late pastor, the man who baptized me, let Dr. King say in his house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They were really, they're the pillars in the Black church, right? And so we often, we look at that and we do get upset. The reality is, brothers have not put our egos to the side, and I am not ashamed to say
that's bullshit too. We've been putting our ego to the side
for years.
But playtime's over, and we ain't doing it no more.
In particular, with Black Men Vote, some of the backbone and a lot of our brass comes from Black women that work alongside us and Black women that work internally with us. So I'm not ashamed to say that they do an amazing job. And it's not to say that we can't recruit brothers to do that. I will say this, Roland. There is a gap, at least that I've seen in the last 12 to 14 years. There is a gap from, I would say, Black woman operatives to Black male operatives. I remember in 2014 when I was the field director for Congresswoman Esty in CT5, I sat in a room. We had a GOTV training for all the frontline races. There were about 64 frontline races that year. We were trying to retain the House. And Roland, I was one of 2 Black men in that room.
Mm-hmm. As usual.
One of 5 black folk in that room.
Mm-hmm.
So that also goes to the structural and, that doesn't show.
And that's the same now. They just don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Open the autopsy, and that doesn't, and it probably would show up in the autopsy. And that's a whole nother conversation, how certain parties have alienated black political principles. And yet that's why they've gone on to do other things.
But here's the deal. But here's the deal.
And the irony is all this came out after the DNC report came out. And one of the things they did say in that DNC, they left some stuff out, but one of the things they did say is talking to shit people like this did not help Kamala's campaign.
Nope. Did not. Made it worse.
I'll never forget. After the 2016 election, when Hillary lost, it was a group of black women, I'll find the article, who wrote a letter and demanded a meeting with Tom Perez. I sat there and I said, that's what you're supposed to do. Guess who did not do that? Black men. In 2020, I remember it vividly.
How do we know that? But anyway.
There were a group of black men, I was on the text chain, who were trying to do the same thing to send to the DNC after the 2020 election. The letter never got sent.
They probably burned it, and it probably got sent, and they burned it. But anyway,
so I got the text message.
I got text. Okay, shut up.
I remember the conversation, and so what I am saying to brothers in Chicago, Houston, in Memphis, in Tallahassee, Miami, in Jackson, in Charlotte, all over. If you want more out of politics, what you can't do is go, ain't nobody talking to me, ain't nobody call me, ain't nobody ask me. What you got to do is align with Women with Black Men, your organization, Mondale Robinson's organization.
But there's a problem with that, Roland. When we do what he's asking us to do, and I know brothers have done this. When we do what Roland Martin has asked us to do right there, we run assholes like this.
I live in Colorado. My state works just fine. We don't have these Phil Scotts or Tariq Nasheeds in our area. We would have been showed up and burned their house to the ground. The moment that you're collecting money from the opposition and trying to ask for things in an inopportune way. We don't play that shit.
That's what usually happens, but they don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Or start your own locally, but it ain't gonna happen if black men are not organized and mobilized.
Well, let me take a page, if I may. Let me just take a page out of Kenny Diggs' book. He's a board member of ours. We had a meeting.
Oh, that's right. They don't want to mention the Black Manosphere, but anyway.
And one of the things he said, and I'll say this, he said folks need to start their own organization. We ain't got time to reboot shit. We ain't got time to live. We just don't have time for that, right? We live on the clock. We are on borrowed time. And I will say, if you want to get something done, you better find you a badass sister, and I think about my old chief of staff, Amber Davis Prince, who.
Yeah, BGS, I keep this little animation for a reason.
Simp alert, simp, 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 simp.
We wanted to get things done and move things along, and leaders of color. I mean, she can move things overnight. And so I say this, she used to say all the time to us when we ended our calls, nobody is coming to save us.
Right.
Black men, nobody is coming to save us.
No shit. Not even black women. Oops.
You mentioned Khalil, you mentioned Mondale, I'll throw John,
They're talking like black women are coming to save us, but anyway.
They're not.
John Thompson, I'll throw him in there in Georgia, who's doing a phenomenal job down there, right? And so we've got to align with our groups. There is no beef with our groups, and we all have similar missions, but our job is to get black men over the finish line. Our job is to teach Black men how to advocate, because I want to remind you on this show, Roland, and I remind everybody else, just like I did at this conference today, Black men are the last persuadable base left. So when we come out here and we spout dumb shit to 18 to 45-year-old Black men,
like you're doing now,
that has no merit, makes no sense.
Yep.
That's when we get in trouble.
Yeah, like you're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we do these things as Dems. And the thing that we usually do as Dems when we get a layup is we block our own shot.
Well, that's why I was critical when Obama made that comment about why Black men were not supporting Kamala Harris. I'm sorry, he was just wrong. He got lots of pushback. Absolutely. And I was told that he called several brothers. He ain't call me. I ain't, he ain't gonna never call me. He called.
I wonder why. Anyway,
because I'm gonna be way too honest.
Because
he
you're
called several brothers to get there.
No, he's gonna ask for some better business probably. But anyway,
you're Hillary Clinton guy. That's why.
So, and it was a screw up. Because it wasn't solely because she was a woman. I am not dumb enough to act like there are not Black men and Latino men and white men who will not support.
Even Michelle Obama came out and admitted that a lot of people that voted for her husband twice voted for Trump.
Yeah,
and I'm one of them.
Support a woman that exists.
Right.
That wasn't the only reason, but I just still keep saying to Black men, hey, stop waiting. You can't get an attitude because sisters are doing their thing, and if you ain't doing it as well, let me be real. If you're,
whatever.
We're not even thinking about them. They're bothering us. We're not bothering them.
They're bothering us. We're not even thinking about them. Real quickly, your thoughts on Tulsi Gabbard resigning?
It was expected.
Okay.
It was expected. With the way the war is going, stuff like that. She didn't want any of the stuff that was going on in Venezuela or especially Iran. And it was expected for her to actually resign. So she found a way to get out.
Said she resigned for, her husband has bone cancer or something. And if he does, I wish the best for her, but
And she's getting a lot of heat about the Epstein files and stuff like that. So she was between a rock and a hard place, so she did the right thing. She stepped out.
Now I'm gonna throw an interesting bone to you. If she runs for the Republican nomination, does she have a shot?
Probably not. Probably not. I don't think she could run as a Republican. We'll see though. Anything's possible, but I don't think so. She's not seen as a Republican, just like RFK is not seen as a Republican.
True, but yeah. Now there's another video of Roly Poly, but I'm gonna skip that one and come back to it. I want to go to this DNC report that came out allegedly.
Okay.
This incomplete DNC report that came out.
At this point, they're trying not to mess up.
Divides people.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, they try not to mess up. Since Trump is shooting his own self in the face right now, so they're trying not to mess up.
It fractures the Democratic base. It makes, following the unrelenting pressure, DNC chair Ken Martin finally released an incomplete version of the so-called 2024 election autopsy, and it's missing one enormous topic, Cenk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's missing Gaza. That's so weird, but don't worry, we'll explain. Anna.
In fact, if you just do a quick word search of what they did release, here are the words that will not appear in the autopsy: AIPAC, ceasefire, foreign policy, Gaza, genocide, Israel, Palestine.
Gee, I wonder why. We can talk about that tomorrow.
Even though the autopsy is almost 200 pages long.
Yeah, I mean, they just couldn't fit it in, It has nothing to do with their largest donors being pro-Israel. But they didn't even look into it. Like that wasn't even a factor. But I'll tell you what I think is a real autopsy for the DNC after we tell you the receipts on this one.
Yes. So, by the way, there's a few other things that I want to mention. Issues that do not appear in the 20.
For the record, I used to watch Young Turks. I don't watch them anymore, but even a broken clock is twice a day.
They were always like CNN. Yeah, watch them sometimes.
24 election DNC autopsy. Joe Biden's decision to run for re-election. I mean, guys.
For the record, Anna's a cunt. I will never forgive her for helping ruin Chris Brown's reputation.
The singer?
Yeah.
Oh, What did she do?
She was one of the ones that ruined his helped ruin his reputation over the years.
Oh, okay. Well, she is a Valley girl, so I'm not surprised.
After the Rihanna incident.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. She's a Valley girl.
Even though if you go actually read it as self-defense, but yeah.
I mean, even if you're a loyalist to Israel and you don't care that the autopsy didn't touch on something that obviously hurt the Democratic Party in the 2024 election, fine, put that aside. You can't take this autopsy seriously when it makes no mention of Joe Biden's decision to run for re-election.
Yeah, she got a point there.
Yeah. When his brain had melted already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say it again, Armenian. Say it again.
Yeah.
Of Kamala Harris without
She's not wrong.
A competitive primary, which really bothered me. I don't know if it bothered most Democratic voters, but for me, it was a big deal because the saving grace for the Democratic Party, despite all the mistakes that were being made, was the fact that they valued the will of the people and weren't trying to throw elections, rig elections, steal elections. They wanted to save democracy. And then they lied to the American people about Biden's mental health and then anoint Kamala Harris without giving us an opportunity to weigh in on it at all.
Yeah, they've got 4 out of the top 10 and arguably the top 3 on my list. They didn't even touch. Then how are you gonna find out what you did wrong if you go, okay, now we're not allowed to talk about the things we did wrong, so let's do an autopsy on what we did wrong. That's hilarious.
So let's get into what is included in the autopsy. And look, it was released today. I read as much of it as I could. And what I noticed is they were very hands-off when it came to Kamala Harris's mistakes, in my opinion, from what I've read. But let's get to some specific details.
Gee, who could have saw that coming?
So the report blames the Biden team for not glazing Kamala Harris enough. They don't use the word glazing. I'm just trying to, communicate in a way that people speak these days. The national campaign, you're welcome.
Well, shit, how do you sell a turd? But I'm just saying.
The national campaign did not effectively drive Trump's negatives. Really? And the White House did not effectively support Vice President Harris over 3.5 years to improve her standing before the candidate switch.
They tried.
Well, that's because Biden had no intention to step aside and allow her to run.
They tried. She screwed it up. Stop lying.
For president. He was planning to run for re-election all along, so why would he set her up to do well?
He tried.
Yeah. To be fair, it goes further than that. So he threw her under the bus throughout.
Totally.
Like the idea that they weren't negative enough against Trump is comical, right? I mean, they've learned nothing, and this autopsy is a perfect symbol of the Democratic Party and how clueless they are today. But on the other hand, Kamala Harris did not get much support for 3.5 years from Biden.
True.
And then he made her not the border czar, but something that sounded like the border czar.
Hold on. So look, he did name her his border czar, and there's evidence of that.
Yes, he did.
There are literally compilation videos of various Democratic operatives and media people referring to Kamala Harris as the border czar. Look, he set her up for failure. Obviously, solving the issue of immigration is a very difficult task, and the vice president really has no power. We have to confess that's the reality of the situation, right? I mean, the real purpose of the vice president is to.
Is that why Elon Musk is being investigated now by a group that's being led by J.D. Vance? Oops. Anyway.
Serve as president if something actually happens to Joe Biden or whoever is president at the time, and also to be the tie-breaking vote if it's necessary in the Senate. And so naming someone border czar with knowing that that person doesn't even have the power to do anything about it, again, sets her up for failure. But I don't want anyone to mistake what I'm saying as, oh, I'm giving Kamala Harris a pass. I know that she only had 3 months to run a campaign, but she was not a great candidate for other reasons that we'll get into.
Yeah.
The report accuses Harris of taking too much for granted. So Harris wrote off rural America, assuming urban/suburban margins would compensate. Look, that is a fair critique. I just don't know if Kamala Harris campaigning in rural parts of this country would really make much of a difference. I don't know if her message would really be appealing to them. And look, the reason why I say that is because she moved away from economic populism entirely after the first month of campaigning. And that was because you had all of these, billionaires, whether it's Mark Cuban or that Reid Hoffman guy, she would say something that sounds vaguely maybe populist, and then they would jump in and be like, no. She's gonna go in a completely different direction. She hates Lena Khan. She's definitely not gonna hire Lena Khan to serve in her administration for sure.
Yeah, so, and they kept bragging about how 90 corporate CEOs backed her. It was a disastrous idea. Look, I have number 1 on my list is Biden's ego. That's why we lost. So there's 9 to 10 other ones that are super important, but Biden's ego affected it in that he had dementia, was in the mid-30s and polling, had no chance of winning, but he wouldn't get out of the race. But also because of what he did to Kamala Harris. He put her in charge of the border, full well knowing that was the least popular position that they had. This was all left over. It's not even Joe Biden. It was Jill Biden who hated Kamala Harris for that one time that she challenged Biden during a debate. And she's like, let's screw over the vice president. But the vice president might have to run for office. So what are you torpedoing your own vice president for, you egomaniacs? You totally out of control.
You did a good job, Joe. You got answered all the questions. Man, I still can't get that video out of my head. I still can't get that video out of my head. You did a good job, Joe.
Yeah.
I mean that just made it worse because it was right after they did after he showed him on the stage that she said, "You did a good job, Joe." I was like, "Oh gosh, for real."
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then he demanded loyalty from Kamala Harris after she was named and became the candidate. But that's an albatross around her neck.
It absolutely was. Yeah.
So Biden's ego sunk this campaign more than anything else, and the idea and the fact that they didn't even look into it shows you what ass kissers the leadership of the Democratic Party are. That they just cannot be honest, and they won't ever represent the voters until we get a candidate that totally cleans house in there. And so, but there's even more. So. You know,
yeah, people like Man of Tomorrow tell us, because die. Why? Why? These people are not honest.
Biden named Kamala Harris after his initial post saying that he's stepping down. He wasn't supposed to. Pelosi, him, and Obama had a deal where Pelosi and Obama were shockingly correct. They're like, let's have some sort of truncated primary because they knew that Kamala Harris couldn't do the job. And Biden decided to screw them over and go, you want to push me out? I'll give you the worst possible candidate.
That's right. That's right.
That was
because both him and Dr.
Say it again.
Actually, Hillary Clinton.
Joe Biden are the top 3 egomaniacs in the country along with Donald Trump. And they purposely sank the Democratic Party after decades of talking about unity and how you have to listen and vote blue no matter who. And they're like, oh yeah, let's get.
Well, if the Democrats really wanted to impress people, they wouldn't let Hillary Clinton speak, but I know that'll never happen.
Well, the thing is, she did it behind the donor. She went to the donors. And that's how they came back. The donors would only support Kamala Harris.
Trump again. After telling us that Trump would destroy the country, they helped Trump to win the election. I got more on Kamala and others later, but that was number one.
So this one, all right, let me read this and then you tell me what you think, because I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I've been thinking about it a lot today. The Harris campaign appears to have relied on Trump being.
All right, that's enough of them. We're going to take a look at what Lisa Cabrera has to say about it. Shout out to Lisa Cabrera.
Okay.
Thank you for your support from my channel. All right, y'all.
Well, we've been waiting for this. The DNC finally releasing its autopsy report on the 2024 presidential election. DNC Chair Ken Martin writing, I am not proud of this product. It does not meet my standards, and it won't meet your standards. I don't endorse what's in this report or what's left out of it. Shannon Bream is the anchor of Fox News Sunday. She joins us now. So this just happened. Why do you think he thinks that it does? Well, do you know why it doesn't meet his standards or why he thinks people will be disappointed?
Well, we're going through what CNN says is this report. We haven't verified it independently, but it's got all kinds of notations on it that are apparently the DNC's objections or questions that it had. And Ken Martin says he initially didn't release this after he had commissioned it because there wasn't source material. They felt there were issues with it and they wanted to see more, pull more together before they'd release it. And then he said, after we had some success in these special elections and other things, I didn't want to release it because I thought it would be a distraction. Then I realized it was a distraction not releasing it. So CNN says it's gotten its hands on this thing and what they're purporting that it is. It talks about a lot of different things in here. They say Democrats have lost ground at every level, from inconsistent messaging and improper planning. They talk about funding and not equipping their state parties. And, the document I'm looking at.
Oh, but we're told by the Black Brain Trust she ran the perfect campaign.
And they can't be serious when they said that.
Goes on a deep dive through a number of state races. I mean, down to the attorney general.
Kamala Harris had something for black men.
Level and looking at where things matched and didn't match with messaging and voting. And they said, in some of these cases that you couldn't just have a message that we're.
By the way, no, if y'all watching, it's not the Black Manosphere saying this. The Democrats themselves are saying this.
They know if they are in tune as they say they are, they should already know this. If not, then
we hate President Trump.
We shouldn't pay attention.
He's not good for us. He's not good for the country. You have to have your own independent messaging. So it's nearly 200 pages. We're starting to dig through it, and we'd like to independently verify it ourselves as well.
Wow, I did not expect to see this. Kamala Harris is demanding the Democratic Party release the top secret report as to why the Democrats and Kamala Harris lost the 2024 election to Donald Trump. Former Vice President Kamala Harris, according to NBC News, is talking with donors and telling them that she is perfectly okay and wants the DNC to release the now buried autopsy that they put together using donor money to investigate why Kamala Harris lost. They did this whole investigation under DNC Chair Ken Martin and said they were going to release this information to the public so we can study and examine what happened in that election. And then when they finished the report, they buried it. They have no intention of releasing it as of now. And everybody is scratching their heads thinking to themselves, why do the report if you aren't going to release it? What are you trying to hide?
Why even talk about it?
Hiding the real reasons Kamala Harris lost. We know what some of those reasons may be, but I'm excited for the fact that Kamala Harris is calling for its release, because if she's calling for that, they might actually do it.
All right, folks, gather around. The DNC's autopsy report of the 2024 election is finally out. And honestly, a lot of this is what some of us have been trying to tell people for years. Before I go any further, I do want to note, I don't think the voters in states across this country give a flying you-know-what about the DNC's autopsy report. They want to know what elected
I don't, but not really. But anyway,
officials, what Democrats are going to do.
Huh?
She lost a lot of weight.
Who's that?
And that's Simone Sanders?
Oh. Damn, that is Simone Sanders.
To make their lives better, to bring gas down, to bring the cost of groceries down, to address the issue of childcare, housing, affordability, all those things we're talking about. They actually do not care about this report. But if you are somebody that is interested in building political power for Democrats, if you are a strategist, a would-be candidate or a candidate yourself, if you are somebody that is thinking about 2027, 2028, you got to pay attention to some of what this report is saying. The report argues that Democrats became too dependent on consultants, on television ads, on late money, while they underinvested in organizing, voter registration, state parties, and also year-round infrastructure. I agree with a lot of that diagnosis.
Yeah, and they forgot to mention having you on the campaign tail running your mouth. Anyway,
power, folks. And the way you win elections, you do so in state legislatures by organizing in county parties, school boards, hiring local organizers, getting people who are willing to knock on doors early in the year and in the middle of July when nobody's paying attention. And I think the part that gets lost is that the Democratic Party of 2024 is not the Democratic Party of 2026. There is no way that Democrats in Mississippi have flipped state legislative seats. There's no way that Democrats in Florida have literally clawed back power from Jacksonville to some very, very, very red places. There is no way that Democrats in Omaha, Nebraska unseat a two-term Republican incumbent and elect the first Black mayor to ever represent Omaha, Nebraska if changes have not already been made. The deeper issue here is not just messaging, okay? It's whether the party became too disconnected from the actual mechanics of building durable power. We gotta go back to the basics. Elections are not won by vibes and ad buys, folks. They are won with infrastructure. They're won with relationships. They're won with trust. They're won with organizing. They're won with long-term.
Also, elections are not run by having Black women like you run their mouth to people on TV. But anyway.
Like I said, frankly, some of us tried to tell folks this already.
The DNC's long-awaited 2024 autopsy was finally released.
And she's been in the game for quite some time. There are pictures of her with Bill Clinton.
Released today after months of pressure on Chair Ken Martin.
I just think it was a huge mistake. The story is bigger than the actual results, which mirror absolutely everything that we already knew about what happened in the 2024 election.
Yeah.
And also it seems like this guy, Paul Rivera, who wrote it, he's a Democratic strategist who's known Ken Martin for a very long time, just did frankly like a really shit job. Like if you're going to put data in there, it has no citations, conclusions that come from interviews with no information about who they were interviewing. This guy seems quite ill prepared to have done something that was going to carry this level of weight.
It felt like a senior in their second semester after being accepted to college and it's just phoning it in. I would have loved to have assembled a team to look at all the data and just write about what they thought happened. It felt like, look, we got to get this out. We don't want to offend too many people, but it felt like a giant nothing burger.
You probably
So the Democratic Party just released their autopsy on why they lost in 2024. And then, I'm not kidding, they stamped a disclaimer on every single page telling you not to trust it. There were 192 pages written by a Democratic.
Oh, not surprising. By the way, I got 45 watching. Like, share, subscribe. Hit my cash that support the show. Put some money on my books. Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. Y'all need to put some money on my books. What's going on, Andre? All right, let's continue.
A consultant named Paul Rivera, and he was commissioned by the DNC chair, Ken Martin, who promised transparency. Then he tried to bury it. But today, he caved to pressure and released it with an apology for, quote, creating an even bigger distraction, end quote. So, okay, the substance now. The report says that the Democrats abandoned Middle America and the South. that working class voters did not see themselves in the party. Surprise, surprise.
No shit.
Yeah.
That state parties were neglected, that Biden's White House never bolstered Harris, that the campaign never defined who Trump was, and that Trump's they-them ad was one of the most damaging attacks in the cycle. But here's what matters more. In the 100...
By the way, I have to point something out.
Mm-hmm.
How do y'all, I know Trump is a showman, and he's always been that, but how do y'all make Trump look more middle class than you? Because that's literally what happened during that election. Him with the dump truck and everything. How do you let Trump out? Okay, anyway.
192 pages. Gaza is not mentioned once. Israel, not once. The single
I wonder why.
biggest fault line of 2024, the issue that fractured Michigan, that broke trust with Arab, Muslim, and young voters, erased. Biden's age, not mentioned. His decision to run again, skipped. Harris getting the nomination without a primary, also skipped. Tim Walz, he was not mentioned once in the document. So an autopsy is supposed to tell you what killed the patient. This one refuses to name the cause of death. If you walked away from this party in 2024, your absence is the loudest thing missing from this report. Make sure they say your name in the next one.
The DNC finally released the 2024 autopsy, and I read the entire 192-page report, so you don't have...
Oh, no, but her brain trust. Does it look like black men are saying this? Are black men on the screen saying this?
Have to. I'm going to be so honest when I say that this report looks like a rough draft of something my 8-year-old would bring home from school, but I did find interesting points in between all the slop and scribbles. It claimed...
I tried to find it, but I couldn't find it.
I don't think it's publicly available right now. So.
Okay.
That Kamala Harris lost because...
I know some of the reporters got it, but I tried to find it, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah. I think they sent it to the news agencies. I don't think it was made publicly available.
Okay.
Late, meaning they go dark in between elections while right-wing media stays locked in year-round. And I just found this hilarious because it's absolutely true, and it shows that they know it's true, but they literally did the same thing after the 2024 election. They ghosted us while Gavin Newsom stayed in the media, which is exactly why he's the current frontrunner. This second point gets me genuinely heated. It says that the 2024 presidency came down to roughly 270,000 votes across 4 states and blames everything under the...
I don't see, well, we have to wait and see, but I don't see Gavin Newsom doing too well, but we have to wait and see.
Yeah, we have to wait and see because it's too early.
Sun, except for Gaza, which is crazy considering the uncommitted movement got over 100,000 votes in just Michigan alone. If you want more information, here's an analysis that links the original report.
What's going on? Art of Itmore. We got Art of Itmore in the building today.
What's up, Doughboy?
What's good, Art?
How they let you?
Brioche buns galore.
Who let you off from work, man?
I don't know, but I'm glad.
I'm calling the store, man. There's a mistake somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere. What's going on?
I'm glad you said I got to get some brioche buns. I want to make a coney dog.
They just got some brioche buns. They're on sale right now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's hot dog season.
It is hot dog season and Memorial Day. That's true.
Yeah. Make some coney dogs. Get some hamburger. Can of tomato sauce. I already got some chili powder, so
nice.
An onion and some garlic. That's all you need, really.
Mm-hmm.
So the DNC released their autopsy report of why they lost the 2024 election, and this thing is either incomplete or it was half-assed thrown together. So this thing altogether was 192 pages. Now let's look at some of the things that just weren't mentioned at all. Not a single mention of Mr. Biden's age, a regular concern to voters. No mention of Israel-Gaza, which pretty much split the left during that election. Things that it does include the ad that Trump ran against Kamala Harris, where Trump said, like, Kamala is for they, them. That was very effective. I think we all know that at this point. They said that Mr. Biden's team failed to position Kamala Harris for success, which she's his VP. What do you mean failed to position? If Biden's term was so great, you just continue all the same talking points. It also reported that Democrats tried to shift away from identity politics in favor of economic issues and cost of living concerns, which is really funny because in 2020, it was all about identity politics. Joe Biden had the most diverse cabinet ever just based on how people look. Then it started to backfire by the time 2024 came around. They wanted to shift away, just forget that whole thing ever happened. I think for the most part, it didn't matter if this came out. I don't think Democrats are going to change the way they are. Honestly, the Democrats are going to win or lose based on how
of course not
Trump and the Republicans perform. And right now, the midterms aren't looking too great.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
Yeah, for Republicans. Yeah, that's true.
Very true.
You know what's worse about this? Yeah, the report is crappy. But see, this is what happens when you hire somebody by the name of Rivera to put your report together. Let's just say it all right there. So anyway, the Democrats are not going to learn a thing.
Probably not.
When the next presidential election come up, y'all, I think Donald Trump is going to make a serious attempt to stop any upcoming elections. That's what I think is going to happen in 2020. I think he's going to stop it, and the Democrats will just sit there and let him get away with it. That's what I think, the Republicans are preparing to do, and the Democrats will not be prepared to deal with it. Let's face it. That's why Donald Trump is so asphyxiated on that ballroom, because I told y'all he's putting a big old huge bunker down there, and he's having an underground hospital put in. So he's not leaving. That's what you're going to be dealing with in 2028. Somebody that's going to go underground and refuse to leave and make every attempt to try to run the nation from under that ballroom. So will the Democrats learn? More than likely, no. No. They'll still want your vote, but they're not going to do anything for you. That is.
Yeah, what else is new? Shout out to C. Ross for the $5 Cash App. You get a
Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. You better thank your donors.
But yeah,
them keep saying he's going to find a way to hold up the election. I don't think so.
Nah, I don't
try
see
to stay
that.
in power. It's just fear mongering.
Yeah, it's fear mongering. That doesn't. That's what we talk. That's what we talked about on ours last night. Come on, y'all got to be smarter than that.
Yeah.
I think at the top of the list. Sorry.
Go ahead, Andre.
No, I'm just saying it says it right there in black and white. I don't know why they think they're going to change.
The thing is, okay, the only way Donald Trump can do that is he's got to pass a constitutional amendment, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then, number one, trying to get 3/4 of the Congress to actually pass. That's going to be impossible. Well, almost impossible, if not impossible. Okay.
Yeah,
and then you got to get, and then the process of 3/4 of the states actually doing that. Okay, it's also impossible. It's going to take about 5 years. By that time, it'd be
way too late.
Way too late. Yeah.
Right, we're already 2 years into the term, pretty much.
You can't do that in 2 years. Okay.
So in terms of like.
Go ahead, Andre. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying in terms of like this autopsy here, I think at the top of the list should be the fact that she said that I would do no different than what Biden did already, and it's literally the reason why he never got elected again. So
the thing is that that's the deal that she made for Hillary Clinton and the neocons to back her.
Yes,
she had to do that.
But according to them guys are saying that Biden and Obama left America with the perfect, maybe not perfect, but a great economy, and Trump just messed it up.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, that's what they said.
I know that. They also said that the Soviet Union would collapse within a couple of weeks.
Oh, well.
Yeah. And they also said that Iran was going to lose their war in a couple of weeks too.
Yeah.
I'll just say this: I made more money under Trump than I did with Obama or Biden.
Yeah, because Biden raised interest rates because he knew he was going to try to.
Yeah, Biden put extra taxes on people.
Yeah, he did because he's funding. He was trying to fund the Ukraine war. He knew
he was lowering the tax threshold for stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of your banking law. Biden changed a lot of stuff, and forcing all your payment systems to start reporting, like Cash App. I don't think Cash App still does it yet, but like PayPal.
Yeah, kind of Morgan a little bit.
I don't think Cash App does it yet, but I think PayPal and stuff like people like that. But
I heard about Cash App doing that they have to report
Yeah,
I heard about that like a while back.
They said that under Biden 3 years ago, and I thought that was going to be the case, but they still, and I do have it, and they still don't print you out a 1099. So
okay,
if they don't print you out a 1099, that means they're not reporting.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, my question to you, BGS, regarding this whole thing about Trump, trying to stall shit and everything. Is it possible for him to try to declare a state of emergency?
You can't. That's under the Constitution. Can't be done. So you have to have an election.
Yes.
Okay.
The only way you're going to do that is if you get if there's a nuclear holocaust. Okay.
Fair enough.
You wipe out Congress or something like that. That's a state of emergency. Other than that, no, you can't do it. They had an election really during the Civil War, so it's not possible.
Correct. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, but yeah, they released their report. Of course, I'm quite sure the butthurt Brancos will never cover it, but
Yeah, and plus, if COVID didn't make people scared and stay in the house and obey, what are they gonna come up with as far as the state of emergency?
Yeah, COVID didn't make people stay in their house. Yeah.
If COVID didn't start an election, then I would love to see what the state of emergency could be to actually start an election.
Right now, we got this Hana virus going around.
The Hantavirus?
Coincidentally, of
the
course.
Hantavirus.
Yeah, but it hasn't spread yet. So it's in the books, but it hasn't spread yet.
Coincidentally.
Have you heard about this?
That as well as Ebola.
Yeah,
if it was a problem, you know it already.
Okay, BGS. Have you heard about 75-year-old? This 75-year-old chick that got had a heart attack trying to fight a.
Yeah, that was in your state, Indiana.
Yeah, Fort Wayne.
Okay, well, she got into a fight and she had a heart attack. Okay.
Yeah, why is a 75-year-old black woman trying to fight? Like,
she didn't think she was 75. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is I hate to say this, but BJS can probably tell you this is pretty common among black women in the elderly age. They can talk to people like they have no sense.
And no sense. Yeah. And the thing I think she came from the drive-through and came back into the restaurant and started an argument. And ain't no 20-year-old gonna swing on no 75-year-old woman unless she does it first. Okay. And evidently they didn't hurt her.
Yeah, BGS.
She wasn't hurt. Go ahead.
BGS. I read the story. She actually attacked them, and she even attacked the person that was trying to break up the fight.
Dre. FIFO. Fuck around, find out.
Well, the thing is, I know black people. Okay. Mm-hmm. Even the most hardcore thug is not going to swing on a 75-year-old black woman. Okay. And
she left fine, but when she went to the hospital, she had a heart attack. That's how she died.
Yeah, that's how she died. She exerted herself. Okay.
Well, they're trying to say like the employees were wrong and especially the person that was trying to break it up. But like she got attacked multiple times, and she actually she was scratching her. She her face is all bloody and shit. Like from this old lady doing this shit.
Some of her hair, somebody got their hair ripped out. Yeah.
Yeah, she apparently ripped their hair out down to the scalp.
Yeah. She was fighting. They were trying to pull the old broad off, and she wasn't hurt because if she's fighting a 20-year-old man, it's a straight up fight. She wouldn't make it out alive.
Right.
So she would have died from something other than a heart attack.
And this was out of Tim Hortons. So I didn't even know y'all had Tim Hortons in the States like that.
We got some of everything. It just depends on how many.
Yeah, this is up in Fort Wayne, Indiana, but
Yeah, I mean, I would feel sorry for it, but the thing is, like I say, FAA.
No, I don't feel sorry for her. There's some black people in our family. I hate going to the restaurants with them because they get snooty and all that shit. Like, nah.
Yeah, and sometimes, man, these old mean mothers, man, they were mean when they were mothers. They're mean when they're grandmothers, and they think that they're your mother. They can come in and say anything to you and put hands on you, and you're not supposed to do nothing because they're your mama. You're my mama. And unfortunately, they had the grace enough not to hit you.
Yeah.
So AB, that's how that played out. Like she had a heart attack after the fact, because like I didn't hear that part.
She's 75. You exert yourself like that, you already have health problems, you're gonna have a heart attack.
Because like the way I read the story, like they were trying to claim it like she, was
she did not die
like after that, like in the restaurant.
Okay, if she's gonna die because of the fight and because of concussion to her head, she'd be bleeding in the head is because somebody hit her or she got knocked on the ground. Okay, that didn't happen. She had a heart attack from exertion.
But anyway, moving on. As I said, I had another video from Roly Poly. He's trying to defend the NAACP and the CBC asking black athletes to, not compete in the southern states.
Okay.
Which I think is stupid, but okay.
Why?
Set against James Bevel. It was quite interesting that a lot of attention has been focused in the last several days over the NAACP's call for black athletes and others who go attend certain schools in certain states to not go to those schools and go to the others. There are a lot of people have been commenting on social media saying, oh my God, this is not right. It's unfair to those young men. We should not be asking young people to do these things. And I don't really understand the argument. I've heard some people talk about, we need to allow them to secure the bag. And I get it. I get it. When we're talking about millions of dollars. But one of my problems with this secure the bag generation is that what do you stand for? If it's time to fight for something, what do you fight for? So let me think about the Black Freedom Movement for a second. When I think about the Black Freedom Movement, we got to remind people, it was a lot of 18, 19-year-old people. Many of them who were expelled from colleges, including HBCUs, for joining the Black Freedom Movement.
True.
Okay. Yeah.
What would the Black Freedom Movement have looked like if folks said to young people, hey, no. Y'all need to stay in college. You need to get your education. Don't want to mess up your future. No, don't do that.
And they did say that to them.
Yeah. They remind people
I did say that to them.
in Birmingham.
They did say that to them.
That all of Dr. King's advisors were dead set against James Bevel, who was organizing the children from being involved in the movement.
Yeah, because they didn't want them hurt. They didn't want them hurt.
The adults kept getting arrested and then kept getting arrested.
Okay.
And he was training the young folks. The young folks were clamoring to be involved in the movement. They were at one point climbing out of the windows and trying to escape through the doors out of the schools to go get trained. Then finally, Dr. King gave Bevel the nod and said, release the children. And it was when the children began to march and protest, and they sicked dogs on them, and they sicked fire hoses on them, and the world saw that. That's when people said, we got to do something. And then what happened? Voting Rights Act, Civil Rights Act. Those things actually happened. I think about the brother a few years ago, Mississippi State, who said,
yeah, but you're fighting for a few Democrat districts, not civil rights. There's a difference.
Big difference.
I ain't playing under that flag. I ain't doing it in Mississippi. Y'all, 10 days after that brother made.
And also, to be honest with you, BG, I don't know why they're complaining too much, because if black folks get gobbled up into a Republican district, that means the Republican has to vie for their vote.
Yeah.
It might make it harder for them.
Yeah.
I think that's an angle nobody's thinking about. It's like, well, if a black district gets taken, because they got to be represented. You can't just leave them out.
Yeah, and they, you have a lot of undecided voters that can turn that district blue.
And not all these counties are dark red. Some of them are somewhat purple.
Yeah.
Especially now.
You know what happened? They changed that flag. When I think about the folk who talk about secure the bag, it reminds me of a story that a woman told me. Her name was Carolyn Hunter. So what happened was Carolyn Hunter, recent college graduate, she was a chemistry major, had gotten her a nice job at Polaroid. Well, one day there was a brother named Ken Williams, and Ken Williams was walking through the lobby, and he saw this photo book that Polaroid was selling. And it essentially was like a passport. But that passbook is what the racists in South Africa were forcing black folk to have to carry, and they could demand your papers.
By the way, like, share, subscribe, hit the Cash App, support the show. I'm in YouTube jail, so put some money on my books.
I'm just wondering why he's talking about Polaroid in 2026.
Ken Williams saw that, and Ken Williams said,
because that's where she worked.
Whoa, we're selling that? And so Ken Williams began to talk about that. Ken Williams began to raise a stink in Polaroid. But Polaroid didn't particularly like that. So Ken began to talk to other black employees, and they said, this is not right. This is not fair. This is 1970. So what happened was, that's Carolyn Hunter, recent college graduate. She said, you know what? Ken's right. So they began to protest the issue. They end up losing their job. Do you know what that created? Go to my iPad. That created what is known as the Polaroid Revolutionary Workers Movement. Do y'all know that? And we know this because Ron Dellums, when Mandela died, was on my TV One show. And the CBC wasn't aware.
But is it worth these young brothers giving up their opportunity over a few Democrat districts when the Democrat they're voting for probably not going to represent them anyway? Not really.
Of this divestment, of this issue. It was the Polaroid Revolutionary Workers Movement, y'all, that actually created the divestment campaign against South Africa. I was in New York City. This was 2009. And I was up late watching PBS, and I saw this story. And I'm looking at the picture, and I went, damn, that woman looked familiar. So I text this other sister, and I said, is that your mama? Unbeknownst to me, when I went to Martha's Vineyard, I actually stayed at the home of Carolyn Hunter. Carolyn Hunter later married Ken Williams. It was a golf tournament at Martha's Vineyard. Charles Ogletree had me come play in that was named after Ken Williams. Why am I saying this? Because it was young. Carolyn Hunter was a young woman who put her career on the line, and it wasn't about securing the bag. She cared about something bigger. What I think people are losing in this whole argument is that many of the players that NAACP is talking about are also being recruited by USC, UCLA, Big Ten schools, other schools across the country. So they're not saying don't play. They're saying don't play for these particular schools. And these are the schools. The NAACP in their out of bounds campaign, they are targeting public universities in Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Texas. That's the schools they're targeting, those state schools.
Those are still popular schools. Good luck.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting to me.
And given the free for all for them to get endorsements now, good luck.
Yeah.
To see people who are so mad, so upset, so angry, calling the NAACP out, y'all wrong for doing.
Well, part of the problem is, what are y'all sacrificing?
Hey, what are y'all sacrificing? That's the problem. What you guys doing
this, and those young people.
You gonna quit that white job to protest and say, okay, no, I don't want to talk about that, but anyway.
People, look at all the money they can make. So is that what we reduced this to?
Yeah.
We've reduced the fight for civil rights and voting rights.
You haven't made your case of why they should give up their opportunities. Okay, back then in the 60s, you knew why. Okay.
Yeah.
You couldn't walk on the sidewalk. You're discriminated against. Cops
Getting
harassed.
water
White
fountains,
folk, all kind of crap used to happen to you. So you grew up with that. So you're already ready to fight. Okay. This time you're not. Okay.
Equal protection to what a handful of black people can earn. That tells me all I need to know about where this generation stands when it comes to fighting on behalf.
Oh, so now you're gonna hate on the youth generation. That's a brilliant strategy.
They don't live in the same environment that we lived in.
Well, he's also talking about like the 70s compared to now. Like he's talking about the get the bag generation compared to civil rights. Like it's nowhere close.
Y'all didn't grow up in the same environment that we did. Those grown up people in the 70s grew up as kids under Jim Crow.
Of black people.
You can't compare the two.
My panel get to weigh in. I'll start with you, Candace.
Yeah, being economically sound and securing the bag really is just an illusion. I mean, you're still going to get stopped by the police. The Supreme Court is still going to gut the Voting Rights Act. It just means that when you're a plaintiff in your case,
we were trying to tell this to Art yesterday.
To try to change the law, you're going to be able to wear a better suit. You will look better. When we think of Althea Gibson, Muhammad Ali, Bill Russell, I mean, so many people, they made and stood their ground to make a difference that they knew would happen because of those who came before them. It doesn't matter the age. And like you said, we're not saying don't go to school, but choose wisely and know that you have the power in order to do what you can do, and know that in that $20 billion industry, when we talk about, college sports, it goes a long way when you talk with your money. That's how people listen. That is the great one of the great equalizers in terms of being recognized and how people see you in this world. And if they're going to secure the bag, secure it at the right school. That's all folks are saying. Just secure it at the right school. You have the right, you have your own power and volition to make a better decision than the one that you were going to make at the school that, doesn't support the cause. And people at that age also need to understand and recognize their power. I think that we treat young people like they're young, but like you said, the people that came before us, they were very young. This documentary, the Mighty Movement, anyway, folks can Google it, but it talks about the Children's March. It talks about the children involved.
Okay, that's enough of them.
Sorry, go ahead.
Let's go see what Tim Black has to say about this.
Well, what he just said,
Chairwoman Yvette Clark.
Go ahead, Andre.
Yeah, just real quick. What she just said, what if your opportunity is not at the right school? Are you supposed to just pass it up?
The thing is, if they feel moved to pass it up and go to another school, then they feel moved. You gotta convince them that it's necessary. Then they haven't done it. Just can't tell them what to do. Got to convince them. Why should they do it?
What are the 3 rules?
For her tremendous leadership and for convening us today alongside NAACP President Derek Johnson. We're so thankful, President Johnson, for your leadership, for your courage, for your strength in this unprecedented moment of attack. And it's an honor to stand with members of the Congressional Black Caucus, as well as former athletes committed to this cause in getting this egregious situation turned around. We will continue to stand with the NAACP in encouraging athletes in our community to look elsewhere until these racially gerrymandered maps in the South are reversed, buried in the ground, never to rise again. Yeah. And for us to get through.
Once again, I don't know what y'all complaining for. If black people are put in Republican districts, that means Republicans have to compete for their vote.
But it's not only that. Do black people actually invest into the political party like they supposed to? Like, do you see these people on C-SPAN in town halls when they're talking about this shit?
No.
You have to be involved, just like with children. How many black parents are going to go to fucking school board meetings and talk about their kids and what?
Unfortunately, not many, especially in our generation. Unfortunately,
yeah, a while within the last few months, BGS was playing a video of C-SPAN, and they literally had a call line open. I didn't see anybody calling.
Yeah.
If you want to be a part of the process, you got to be a part of the process. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
Through this moment of backlash and usher in a new era of progress, as has been done by generations in the past. It's going to require character. It's going to require courage, and it's going to require conviction. This is a Bill Russell moment.
That's right. That's right.
It's a Muhammad Ali moment.
That's right.
And it's a Jackie Robinson moment.
That's right.
Based on what facts?
No, it's not.
Where did that even come from?
We're going to stand together to make sure we bring about the type of country that the African American community deserves and that everyone in the United States of America deserves. And
people call him Timu Obama. That I actually think that's an insult. He's more like 50 Cent Obama.
Who is that?
Hakeem Jeffries.
Oh, Hakeem Jeffries. Oh, APAC Jeffries.
Yeah,
I thought that was Mike V talking.
Nah. So if you believe in a multiracial democracy, join us.
In this moment when Black representation is under attack, it is important for the CBC to keep in their tradition of being the moral of the Congress, but the moral of conscience of this country. No representation, no revenue, no one Black should be on a playing field of institutions that's living off of our labor, and yet in states that are seeking to reinstitute a sharecropping reality.
What?
It is not.
Oh shit! Here we go. Go on. Let the VHS out on this one. Oh God!
What the fuck are they talking about? Sharecropping reality.
Oh my goodness! All the machines we got now, they talking about sharecropping.
Motherfucker, you never picked cotton. What the fuck are you talking about? You were no sharecropper.
Sharecropping mentality. That's wild.
You too young. You weren't no goddamn sharecropper. What the hell are you talking about? You had no idea what a sharecropper was. Sharecropping went out in the 1950s.
Yeah, and to do it now would just be inefficient.
You got to worry about keeping jobs, okay?
Yeah.
Sharecropping. Okay. Anyway, continue.
Responsibility of Black America to hold individuals who should know better accountable for doing better.
Following the recent Supreme Court decision on congressional redistricting in southern states, Hakeem Jeffries is supporting the NAACP's Out of Bounds campaign. It urges Black athletes to boycott sports programs at southern universities. So this could have a huge impact on college sports programs in the South, but is it
but anyway,
putting a little too much burden on the students? Because if you are someone who is just, you getting to go to college and this is the school that's said yes to you.
On scholarship, right?
Maybe on a scholarship.
And also, there's money in athletic and athletes
so
now.
What do you think? It's too much of a burden?
I think it's really going to become a case-by-case basis because I don't know.
Oh, by the way, I got to point something out, BGS.
Go ahead.
Whenever you say limousine every time you say limousine legal, a picture of Joy Behar drops in.
The old limousine liberals. Most of them were Jewish, so yeah.
No, I didn't know she was Jewish, but but when I think of limousine liberals,
Joy Behar, come on now, you can get
Behar. You're right. Yeah.
How many schools we're talking about. I don't know how many athletes we're talking about. And I don't know that this is the best way.
Stop hedging, Whoopi.
Know that this is the only way to go.
Well, I agree with you on that. I think that there has to be strategy.
Oh gosh, I can't stand Sunny House. But anyway,
I completely disagree with most of what Whoopi says, but I agree with her here. That even though I didn't hear the whole thing, she's basically saying that pretty much what I was saying earlier is if that's your only opportunity, are you supposed to disregard that? That's what I caught from it.
Athletes have been involved in protests and politics for a long time.
Yeah.
Remember the Olympics, and you had John Carlos, and you had Muhammad Ali, but these were athletes that were established already. These college athletes stand to get a free education. They stand to make money because of the NIL now, and so I think it is asking a lot. But I think.
What you mean, but?
I think it's economic damage and economic harm has long time been a very effective tool in the civil rights movement.
Resistance has a price. Let me give you some history. They say
yes, do.
Yeah, well, like teenagers, they're teenagers, and they're going to have to give up a lot. The Vietnam War was basically fought by teenagers,
correct?
Because it was 17 and 18-year-old kids who were going to go into fight this.
Like I said, limousine liberal
crazy war that they were doing.
Yeah, and they had something to lose. They had skin in the game, so of course they would.
So I'm not saying it's a great idea or it's not a great idea. I'm just pointing out it is young people who change the world.
By the way, fair use.
If there's structure, though, don't you
Get your cash out, support the show, put some money on my books.
think that this could possibly work? Because we're talking about just the state schools.
That, of course, that is a powerful way to protest, but it's putting, in my mind, too much of the onus on young people who did not create the problem that we're in. I see Hakeem Jeffries up there. You have a lot of power. Hakeem Jeffries should be somebody who's out there.
I don't think we have any legislative power, though. The Democrats don't have
But
legislative
also,
power
what about
right
professional
now.
athletes? If there's ways that they can be engaged, you're established, you have money.
What about
but not
white
these
athletes?
kids.
Why does it have to be only? There are many sympathetic white athletes who would gladly join the cause,
may never
as they
make money
did
in
back in the day.
They need to, it's a way out. I was once given a whole speech on how this sometimes is the option for people to pick them up.
For the record, I do not consider the View serious commentary whatsoever.
Yeah, it's just a coven over there.
Worked so hard to get to this
Okay,
point.
wait a minute. Let me be very clear. Everybody needs to make this part of their fight.
Yeah,
this
that's
isn't
right.
this isn't
That's correct.
one person. This is all Americans. This redistricting is hitting us at the moment, but this could be you. They can decide they want to change this and only, these women can vote, not those women. It could be only these people can do it and not.
Where's Snowman when I need him?
That sounds like the intersectionality shit again.
By the way, y'all keep Snowman in your thoughts. He was in the hospital a couple days ago.
Oh, well, what's wrong? What did he say was wrong?
I didn't ask him, but I don't know if he's still there or not. I sent him a couple of messages today, but he didn't respond.
Okay, I'll text. Maybe Joe on that text back.
Yeah, I heard you mention that earlier.
This is a fight that everybody has to get into, and it's been a problem.
Why?
Because people forgot what it was like. That's why we have all these new laws that have taken all this.
Oh, you forgot what it was like, BGS? I guess you're talking to you because I wasn't born in the '60s.
No, yeah. Because there's some things where you had to fight is because it affected you directly, even as a young child, it affected you. So I would understand that, but this is not. I wouldn't say rise to the level where you have to have this kind of protest, in my opinion.
Stuff we fought for because people forgot that the abortion laws were not about your religion.
Full of shit.
It's not the kids' fault. It's not the kids' responsibility to come in and try to save the day for the Congressional Black Caucus.
True.
Nope.
Regarding the voting rights. There's been almost 10 years.
Yeah.
For 10 years. We covered this extensively on this channel.
Mm-hmm.
There have been a couple of rulings that signal to anybody who's not brain dead, who works in Congress, that the Voting Rights Act, Section 2 was vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
And it was ripe to be challenged and for the ruling to go against and set the precedents that you cannot use race in any way in order to say you need representation based on race unless you could prove that you were being discriminated against. And that's why Section 2 was vulnerable for a number of the changes that we have seen over the last few years. This has been an issue that Congress, that when Democrats were in power, they did not address it. They tried to do something with the John Lewis bill that they could not get passed because of their own party. And nothing to do with Trump, that had something to do with their party.
Yeah.
They had the White House, they had their administration, they had their Congress, and they could not get it done. It has nothing to do with these young people.
Mm-hmm.
So shame on the Democrats, shame on the NAACP, and shame on anybody up here trying to put this on children or young men and young women that they need to forfeit their careers or their futures, their dreams, what they've been training hard for, what they've been working hard for, because of Democrats' sloppy politicalness. This is political bullshit.
Yes.
No child, no young person should have to jeopardize anything for it.
Facts.
The people that need to be jeopardizing something, since the ladies of the View were sitting here talking about sacrifices, how much have
donate part of your paycheck?
ABC until ABC refuses to air anything Trump related. Yeah, won't you do that? Won't you put up your millions of dollars, Whoopi, Sonny, who else is there, Joy? Won't you put up your millions of dollars and put it on the line and say, you know what? Until ABC refuses to air anything Trump related, or until ABC pulls its show off of TV stations that are connected to the South in these states that we pissed off. Here we go, ride with me, y'all. This is getting good. Since the View ladies, Whoopi, Sonny, Joy, you should go to ABC and say, look, and my bad, white ladies too. because they said, hey, this should not be a problem that only black people deal with or people of color deal with, Sonny. So, okay. So, well, all of you ladies on the View, since we're all such activists, won't you put up your millions, multi-million-dollar salaries and say, hey, what you're going to do is you're going to boycott ABC until they decide to take you off of those channels in southern states that have not gone against the gerrymandering. Let's do that. Let's put some skin in the game. Yeah, won't you put some skin in the game? Since we're talking, let's not just make this theoretical. Let's not make it abstract. Let's make it real to everybody. You just said, would you say, Joy, you dinosaur? You sat up there, you Tyrannosaurus Rex. You sat up there, you fossil, and you said that this is an opportunity for these children to do some heavy lifting, to make some sacrifices. Okay, let's start with you bag of bones. Why don't you get out there and you sacrifice?
Yeah, like he's saying what I was
that's
thinking.
That's such a good idea, is it? When it's your pocketbook, your relic, and that goes for all of you. And Whoopi, you don't even understand what the hell you're talking about. You need to stop talking. Just shut up, Whoopi. Please, for the love of God, for the love of blackness, stop talking.
You know she ain't gonna do that anyway.
Section 2 was.
Hey, BJ, you know Miss Seeley ain't gonna do that.
No, she ain't gonna do that.
Only thing Whoopi speaks is white dick in her mouth.
Whatever.
Like gerrymandering and districting. Got nothing to do with people having the ability to vote. Oh,
she's paid for everyone, so
has nothing to do with that. Doesn't stop. It has nothing to do with that at all. Nothing. And the fact that you said that,
to her credit, she said I don't need to be married, so
yeah.
This dude here is
nothing. Somebody got background noise. I think I know who that is. Okay.
And it is a saying about shutting up when you don't know what you're talking about. You violate all those rules. Every time I turn around, it's Whoopi just talking and grandstanding and saying a bunch of shit. You start talking about abortion. Just say anything. Throw anything against the wall. Them cue cards and tell the audience to clap. That's repugnant shit. Dumb as a box of rocks have been set on fire. So we got Hakeem Jeffries, the Democratic Party, in the NAACP and the Congressional Black Caucus. What we have is a bunch of feckless, worthless, unhelpful, most despicable, shameless, fake-ass celebrities who do nothing for the black community except pose and promenade. And it's time that shit been exposed. It's past time for people to see it for what it is. I'm so glad you get to see it. Folks, when people are sent to Washington to do a job, they're there to do a job. And that's there because they're your friend. And when they don't do that job, they need to all come home. How about this? Instead of y'all doing a fake Target reenactment, because that's all they're doing, a fake Target boycott. Mm-hmm. How about you say, you won't take a salary, Hakeem? Hakeem, how about you and all the Congressional Black Caucus? See, this is how leadership works. Leadership means you sacrifice first. That's what leaders do. Leaders are the first people to sacrifice.
Yeah.
So every member of the Congressional Black Caucus, everybody at the NAACP, they should be saying what they're willing to give up, and they should give that up first and set an example by not taking salaries. That's the first thing we do. You stop taking money. Mm-hmm. It's a demonstration of solidarity.
I completely agree with them.
I mean, it's your
somebody outside.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Shit, I'm having a smoke.
You're part of the Democratic Party. You're part of the machine that didn't work for the people. You're the reason why.
Okay, hear that. We just meet up.
Yeah, someone's breathing into their mic. That's all.
Okay.
That ain't me breathing in the mic.
People, but if you didn't lose to him, he wouldn't be there, would he? That's how that works. Your party sucks so bad that you lost to a reality TV show twice, really 3 times. I think you got a Hail Mary bailout by the pandemic.
Ooh!
If it wasn't for that, Biden never would have got elected. I'm sticking to my guns on that. I don't care what you call it.
That is true. That is true. That's very true.
Did you hear that? He stole something from you. If it wasn't for the pandemic, he would have never.
We wouldn't have lost the first time. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, what this dude was just talking about, like he said, part of what I was thinking, because they're telling people to sacrifice their potential future for a cause. Meanwhile, these all the women there on that panel, like they probably have multi-million-dollar fucking net worths, and they're right. They're not willing to sacrifice shit, but they're telling you to do it.
they're just running their mouths because they're
they're running their mouths, man.
So the View, yeah, you know, see,
I don't even take the View seriously.
You can't take them seriously. Yeah,
that's like I told people on Facebook, look, if you take Joy Reid seriously, I don't expect me to take you political.
I mean, it's just like watching NBA Wives or something like that. It's gossip for the most part.
Yeah, that's the new soap opera, unfortunately.
It is.
Real Housewives of Atlanta, Lust and Hip Hop. I know it's Love and Hip Hop, but I call it Lust and Hip Hop. But
all the view is Oprah for middle-aged women. For the most part.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah, it's not really that serious.
Oh, and Tim Beck was nicer to me. I tell people, I voted for a 34-count convicted felon because your candidate sucked.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They and they still couldn't beat him. That's
at this point, I'm like, okay, Trump is screwing up right now. But what does it say about y'all that y'all lost to a 34-count convicted felon?
Yeah.
Nobody want to answer that though.
The fact that you guys got the audacity. See, I've been around a while. I remember when LeBron James, when he was in Miami, and he was tired of seeing every other week seeing black people shot by cops. And I remember when they wanted to do a boycott of the NBA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
LeBron James wanted to boycott the NBA, and the Democratic Party stopped him.
Yeah.
Because that was for black people.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that was for. That was for black people and cops, and it was grown-ass men who were willing not to sit out games. And everything was like, the playoffs is coming up too?
Playoffs?
Woo!
What about
it was like, yeah, we need to get you involved. They said, we're going to find a way to get these $1 billion, these billionaire team owners to put some skin in the game and do something that actually helps our communities. And LeBron was right there, and everybody, it was him, Dwayne Wade, and a number of other players. Chris Bosh, I think Miami led it, but there were other teams, and I don't want to take this shine from them. And Obama got on the phone quickly with LeBron and talked him out of it, and it went away.
Mm-hmm.
These are grown-ass men. Now you want to go to people you want to go to underage children. You want to go to all children are underage, that's why they call children. You want to go to young people and put this on them to do basically what you would not allow grown-ass men to do. Obama came up with something saying it was going too far, it would damage people's careers. Who knows what he said? So this is the type of party you have. A party that when grown-ass men can make decisions for themselves, who want to put some skin in the game, you won't allow them to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Now you want to use young people who may not have they don't have fully formed brains yet. I hate to knock young people, and I'm not. I mean, this is biology, it's science. Until you're about 25, your brain hasn't finished growing. So you want to try to get young people who are underage to make a decision that can impact the rest of their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And for what? Because your people dropped the ball and didn't get the voting rights Section 2 shored up when you had the opportunity. It's not like they didn't have the opportunity, folks. And remind you, it's not as if Black Americans can't vote. They can vote just like white Americans can vote and Latino Americans can vote. And sometimes those are the same people. I know that. Just like all other Americans can vote.
Mm-hmm.
This is about districting and about the fact that some Black politicians who may only be in office because they got Black people that say, I see a Black person. And I need that to stop. And I know that may hurt some good Black folks or some good Black politicians. Maybe there are some good ones. I'm not going to say everybody's horrible, particularly on the state level.
Yeah.
State level tends to have people that haven't been as corrupted as the federal level.
Mm-hmm.
Because by the time you get to the big leagues, you get a can of act right very quickly. And for some reason, people very quickly get along, go along.
Yeah.
To get
Otherwise,
along.
you won't be there. Yeah, including
AOC.
Yeah. You got a wake-up call.
So it may impact them negatively, and I hate to see that happen. But at the end of the day, I don't control this situation, neither do you. But what the Democrats do control is what they did when they had the House. There have been Democratic presidents. There have been Democratic Congress people. There have been Democratic majorities.
Yeah, my mother asked my dad, how come you didn't become a politician? He said, I'm not willing to lie for him.
Say what? The what?
My mother asked my dad, how come he didn't become a politician? He said, I'm not willing to lie for him.
Oh, okay.
What they focus on?
That's either side, for the record.
What were they fighting for? If you really wanted the Voting Rights Act and you had Democrats holding it up, if Biden was any man of his word, if he was serious about caring about the Voting Rights Act, he would have put them on blast and would have made their lives hard. You know, the things y'all say Trump does, he would have done that to get it done. Mm-hmm. He would have done that to pressure Manchin and Sinema so he get the John Lewis Voting Rights Act passed. That's what you do when you're really trying to get things done. When you're trying to get things really done, use your political capital to make your opponents fall in line. When you don't do that, it's because you don't really want to. It's not rocket science, man.
Pretty much.
When you want somebody to do something, you go in there and you make them do it.
Mm-hmm.
You make it difficult for them not to. You make them uncomfortable.
That's what LGBT Lyndon Baines Johnson did.
Yeah.
Take things from them.
Yeah.
Biden didn't do that with Manchin and Sinema. He still called them his very good friends. So don't tell me about, the evil orange man. He did it. No. Democrats had the opportunity to prevent this.
Yes.
They did.
They didn't.
Yeah.
I don't believe accidents happen much in politics. I believe Democrats didn't want to do anything about it. Democrats figured the worst that would happen is what's happened now, and then they'd be able to run on it. And they could call out all the old Negroes to sing Negro spirituals and get black people out there one more last time to carry the water.
Oh, yes.
And as I looked at the images of old people in wheelchairs and walking under all types of strenuous situations, trying to walk across that Edmund Pettus Bridge for this, I'd say it worked. It worked. But you know what's not going to work? Hopefully it will not work on these kids' parents to pressure their children to do something this damn dumb. Don't worry about this country. This country's going to be shitty without you doing this or doing this. Okay? But your personal life, don't you allow the Democratic Party to screw up your future. It's already screwed up my past and my present. Don't allow them to screw up your future. Well, how about that? And when Congress members, all of them, when all the Democratic people, all the Democratic Congress people in there, particularly the Black Caucus, when them fools say, we're not going to take a paycheck, and when all these big mouths, all these talking heads that you're going to see, young people, when they coming out here, jumping out the gym, you say, hey, go get the NFL. Go get the grown-ass men and women. Go get the WNBA. They just got some money, good. Give it up. Refuse to play in something. Say, make everybody put skin in the game. The last people that should have to put any skin in the game are the people that didn't vote for none of y'all. They didn't vote for your ass. We talking about young people that haven't even voted. Nah. And shame on y'all for trying to manipulate them.
Catch Tim Black live on the most dangerous show in America.
Tim Black live, but yeah. What's on the docket for tomorrow?
I don't know yet. I don't know. There's nothing pressing.
Okay.
One thing we might want to talk about is Macron going down into Africa and trying to recruit Nigeria. He's gone to Nigeria. He's gone to Ghana, and he's in Kenya right now. So he's trying to get
some of that money back, huh?
They're trying to buy. Instead of using force, what they're trying to do is buy people in sub-Saharan Africa. So in other words, I think did Ghana sell them the telecom? They're one of their telecoms down there. But they got like a case of like $30 billion. They're trying to go down there and spread it around and see if they can buy some goodwill. And they're trying to be anti-Chinese. So we'll see.
You keeping up with the playoffs?
Playoffs? Don't talk about the playoffs.
I know your Lakers are out, but still.
Oh, well, yeah. When Luka couldn't play, it was over. And LeBron is talking about leaving, so which is probably.
That's what I heard. He's talking about leaving LA. He's still playing, but he's going to leave LA.
And well, as long as they're offering him money, he's not going to, evidently management is not trying to talk money for him. So,
well, you said James not in control anymore, so.
She sold the team.
Oh.
She sold the team about a year ago for like, was it $9 billion? I think it was like $9 billion.
Really?
Yeah.
If he's still going to play, he's going to leave the Lakers. If he's still going to play,
he's 42, man. He should have retired, a couple years ago. So
yeah, I know. But he don't want to leave. I don't understand why.
It really, you wouldn't leave either if they're gonna pay you $30 million a year to play.
I'm just saying, at this point in age, he's already played with his son and stuff like that. It's kind of like, what else you got to prove?
And you don't have to prove nothing. They're paying you $30 million a season.
Brian and everything.
Yeah, you're paying you money to stay. So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna turn it down?
Nope.
Hey, to injure yourself in this league
for $30 million a season, you gonna turn it down?
I know I'm a different beast. I just
no, you're not. No, you're not. You wouldn't. We go. You know what? I want to retire because my body feels like shit. But that's $30 million, boss.
I'm a different beast, BGS. So I'm just
that is what is it? That is that's what at $3 million a month. You're not turning that down, man.
Well, that's if he's doing something with it.
You don't have to be doing nothing with his money. That much money.
I've just seen too many Gen X drug dealers and they made money back in their day, and then all of a sudden now they have to like fight to get health insurance.
Because they didn't get out the game soon enough. Okay,
right.
Yeah, one of the guys at my job, my old job anyway, he told me, "Hey, if you're 25, you still nickel and dime, you need to go get you a 9 to 5."
Yeah, because you're gonna lose it anyway. Because no matter how much money you make, okay, if you do some time, okay, you're not making no money. So by the time you get out, when it averages all out, you might as well get you a 9 to 5 job.
Yeah,
because you're gonna make more money in a 9 to 5 with less hassle than taking that risk. The only way you take that, you got to pull in a lot of money, take that risk. And the thing, most drug dealers lose their money because of bitches. Okay, because they leave their money with their broad. They got their money and all their property in their broad's name, and he do a bid for like 3-4 years to come out, ain't shit left because she done spent it all. And Ricky made what got to be like $100 million in his career. Came out by the time he did it 3 years, he came out, didn't have shit. So that's what normally happens, huh?
She spent it all.
His women and his mama. That's the whole thing about drug. Thing about the lifestyle, man. It's so chaotic, man. You do chaotic shit. Like drug dealers got 4 or 5 baby mamas, and they spending all this goddamn money, all this goddamn time. And they get reckless, and when they go down, man, they didn't secure the money. So they could have gone overseas and gone down to Mexico. And
that's why they need to date Becky's whose father's on Wall Street. That's all.
Get your bank account, secure that money.
To sum it up, most of your money goes to lawyer fees.
Don't nobody say shit.
Some of it does. I mean, no lawyer's gonna call. Okay, say if you pushing weight, man, and you making you're gonna make like $4 million a year. Ain't no lawyer gonna charge you $4 million for a case. Okay.
Well, I'm not talking about dudes like that, but yeah, I get it.
I mean, if for the low man on the street, man, okay, say for instance, you're not pushing weight, but you're doing all right on the street, man. You're gonna make $60,000, $70,000, maybe $100,000, okay, tops. If you're doing this shit on the street, okay. And as long as you're out there, man, as long as you're out there and you don't get caught up, you're okay. But if you get caught up and you got to do a 5-year bid, man, basically you average out to like $20,000 a year. So that's even less than the 9 to 5 job.
Yeah. What all the guys that I know who dealt it and were successful is like they did it for a couple of years to establish a legitimate business, and then they got out.
They got out. The thing is, you got to know when to get out. And the thing is, with a lot of guys that did it. I know the guys that didn't get caught, man. They always hid their money in a legitimate hustle. Like they had a job on the side, blah blah blah, and they did even though they pushed the stuff, they pushed it part time. They didn't push it full time. They went out on the block 24/7. And the guys that did push weight, man, what they did was, okay, they said, I'm going to do it for 5 years or whatever. They had an amount in their head. Once they got to that amount, just like Jay-Z. Jay-Z is a perfect example, right? He pushed it until he got to a certain point, and then he pivoted. He got out. And those are the guys that get out with their money.
Hey, BGS, I have a question for you. What do you, like, did you see that thing about, like, China passing that law saying that, like, AI, the law is saying that, like, a company can't just make AI replace a person's job just because.
Yeah. China's been saying that for a while. So,
well, I'm wondering, like, do you think this could ever spread to the West, or
I mean, some things that they don't pass a law, they do it. They do it by not allowing certain stuff, like let's say for the truckers, they could have been replaced truckers with self-driving trucks, right? But the thing is, Congress has held it up since 2017 because of the liability thing. So you had a law in the books in 2017 about liability, and I think it was Congress refused to actually pass that. They won't.
Yeah, I did see a few years ago that they had like AI trucks, but it's only going from like distribution centers to like warehouse kind of thing.
I'm going to explain it again.
And they're only running them at midnight.
One at a time. I'm going to explain it again. Okay. They're allowed to do it in certain sections, like the post office has been running a daily run from, I think it's from New Mexico to Texas for the last, I think 6-7 years. Okay. With automated driving, with self-driving trucks, okay? In test circumstances, they can do. But the thing is holding up self-driving cars and trucks is liability, okay? And the companies do not want to take on that extra liability for hitting a car or hitting a person and shit like that, something they have no control over, right? Okay, and Congress has held that up. And that is the reason you do not have self-driving trucks. They can do it. Okay, they could have been done it. The thing is that the liability laws keep them from actually passing that stuff.
Yeah, and you got to keep in mind there are so many variables in just programming that shit not to hit people.
And the thing is, in AL, he's a trucker. Okay, you can predict a lot of stuff, but you can't predict people.
Exactly.
Absolutely right, BGS. Absolutely right. But say right now in Texas at midnight, from midnight to 4, they're literally running them on the toll roads. They have them out here.
They're slowly but surely implementing. But the main reason that they haven't done it, you can go back and look it up, is there's an insurance liability law that Congress, what they want to do is make give the same kind of liability, the same kind of penalties to a automated truck that you give to a regular driver. Okay, instead of a corporation. Yeah. Deep pockets. In other words, make that truck just like a regular driver and limit the amount of money that a person can sue for. And they haven't done that yet.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah. So, and if you got deep pockets, like you're a big trucking company, or even a big firm, like they say, like one of the big firms that produces a truck, right?
Right.
They can get sued, under the current law, and they got deep pockets. So the liability would be, sometimes 10 times higher than, say, if the AL did something. Out of AL, there's only so much they can get, but we get to like GM or Ford, there's a whole lot more money they can get.
Yeah, I have actually seen a bunch of like incidents where, the automated cars. Well, I think they were like fucking Teslas or whatever, like crashing into people and shit.
Yeah, it does happen. I mean, it nothing's perfect. It does happen, but that's the reason that they haven't passed that law. That's like we don't have Lyft and Uber would love to replace drivers with self-driving cars. Would love to do it, but they can't.
Oh, I have some fun Lyft stories.
BGS. They're doing it because in Austin, those cars are rolling around all over Austin now, and they're competing with Uber and Lyft.
Yeah,
and they're picking them people up.
You know, the thing is, they can only do it on a limited basis. I think it's Tucson and Phoenix. I think San Francisco and parts of San Francisco they can actually do it. The thing is very limited, and that's because of liability laws.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of those cars have hit people already here in Austin.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen for all kind of reasons, and that's what the holdup is.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. Because I have seen in the States that
they don't do it the same way, but they just like Amazon wanted to lay off 600,000 people and make all their warehouses dark. In other words, with very little to no people. And Trump nixed that. So they do it, but it's not on the books like China would.
Low key, that's Trump protecting so-called black jobs.
All jobs, black job. We get into semantics about black, white, blah blah blah. The thing is, a black person working, no matter where he works, is a black job. Okay. So a job is a job is a job is a job. If Trump does something to bring back jobs and black people get jobs, it's because the opportunities are there, then that's good. So, trying to say a black job, there's really no such thing as a black job. There's a job that black people get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not personally saying I'm just using the terms that the detractors use.
That drives me. The BJS, they drove me crazy during the 2024 election. What's a black job? I was like, you fucking idiot. Any job that a black person has, dummy.
I mean, Obama did it, so-called black jobs for black men, really by doing two things, actually pushing out the immigrants, right, and putting in TARP money for several ready programs to actually start doing infrastructure, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of black guys got jobs during Obama's time by that happening. But the thing is, you cannot label it a black job that will not go to Congress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also, like I've mentioned multiple times, the whole like Nick Fuentes thing, saying that he misses Obama in office, but you have mentioned that like he got rid of like more immigrants than any other maybe not any other president, but like recently.
Yeah, well, like Trump, instead of Trump doing it the heavy-handed way with ICE and grabbing people out of houses and shit like that, he's going after the bank accounts, going after jobs, the same way Obama would do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's like we're not hearing about it. And in other words, if you want to register for a green card, you got to go back to your home country to do it instead of here. Blah blah. So in other words, he's doing a lot of stuff that's making it harder and harder for an illegal immigrant to actually make money in this in this environment. He's trying to audit bank accounts for illegal immigrants. So
right.
There's a lot of little things that he's doing that make it tougher to actually be here. So. But the thing is, we don't hear about it that much. It's because they're quiet. It's not the big noise when you raid a house or raid a school or something like that.
What's going on, Louis?
How y'all doing, everybody? What's up?
What's up?
How the prices looking?
It went up again. I had to buy cans of spray starch, and they raised that sucker by 70 cents.
Wow! God damn. Jesus Christ, it's a lot. But a lot of propellants and all, a lot of stuff that they use it's actually derived from oil. So yeah, they're not probably getting the supplies.
Hell. Yeah.
Hey, BGS, like from the comment section of like the opposition, I seen a comment that said that apparently you are anti-black and you're doing everything to oppose black people getting ahead.
Okay,
I thought that was interesting.
Oh, it is interesting. Let me prove. Tell me.
That's what I'm about to say. Prove it. Okay, prove it.
Prove it.
Well, to your point, Andre, in the stream that one of the detractors said about me, he said somehow, some way, I'm attracted to Cynthia G. Okay, prove it.
Prove it.
Yeah, I heard that. I was like, what the hell?
I was like, okay, prove it.
like the thing he played me. He was proving that Jasmine Crockett can do policy. Okay.
Oh gosh.
And I looked at that. She's talking about the
You
problem.
know what? Let's y'all have it has to be seen to be believed.
I said, you gotta be kidding. So I said, what was that about? Well, you said she didn't stand for anything, and she didn't stand on any policy. Oh gosh. And I said, this is the best you can do.
Oh gosh. That was pretty sad.
I said, this is the best you can do. Well, you said you want to know what she stood for, and he said, so thank you. You know, so
really.
So he said, so welcome. Just say you're welcome. I said, really? Is that it?
That's the best. Oh, good Lord.
That's why I told him. Is that the best you can do?
Yeah. Hold on. Give me a second. All right, give me a second here. Y'all have to. I'm just going to show you what he's talking about, because that was pretty sad.
Yeah, because he took all that money from AIPAC. Okay, my thing is, I want to see what black representative. The thing is, okay, we have to judge them. We have to judge them, with a neutral eye. Okay, what are they doing right? What are they doing wrong? Like Jasmine Crockett, okay. You clown. You did your dances. You did your ratchet stuff. Okay, what policies did you put forth that's going to help black people? You had all this time, all these years, to actually tell exactly what you're doing for your constituents.
Yep.
And all I heard you was dissing people and calling people names and stuff like that. Those are all your highlights.
Beach bomb, bad belt, but body.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You say, why would anybody vote for you?
It's so hard to sit here and listen to this. That's one reason I watched the majority of this and didn't actually sit in this room, because I'm sure my faces would have told everything that I was thinking. Is there anyone that finds it odd? Well, can we start here? I'm gonna start with the entire panel. Are the Proud Boys a white supremacist organization? Yes or no? Starting with Ms. Wiley.
It is my view they are.
It depends on how you define it. I have a book.
Okay, never mind. Next.
Depends on how you
it's
define
a yes
it.
or no. Proud Boys, how they define themselves. Are they white supremacists? Yes or no?
I have not read a description of how they define themselves.
That's fine.
I'm not on their mailing list. I don't know.
So are you only on the mailing list of?
I'm not like the SPLC. I don't fund organizations that I'm in.
Oh, it just seemed like you were saying because you haven't received their mail, you only received the mail of white supremacists. But go ahead.
Oh, gosh.
No, they're not white supremacists.
I don't even pay attention to Proud Boys, to be honest with you.
Okay, why? Okay, the thing is, they're talking about Trump's fund. Okay, from the Department of Justice, right?
By the way, I need to correct some misinformation. He's not funding the J6ers. It's a fund in general for people who've been
we've been wronged by IRS and other kind of people. Yeah.
So I don't know what? I do believe that y'all believe that. Let's try another one. Neo-Nazis, Miss Wiley.
What is this?
Yes.
What is it?
Nazis is in their name. Neo-Nazis, Dr. Swain.
Is the question still about the Proud Boys, or is it about the
neo-Nazis? We have moved on. Neo-Nazis.
Neo-Nazis are hate groups, and I have a book, 2002.
Okay, thank you so much.
I suggest that you all read.
I'm reclaiming my time.
Oh boy.
Neo-Nazis.
This is supposed to be
policy, right? Okay. This is what he presented.
Are they white supremacists?
Neo-Nazi.
They can't be this stupid. Oh wait, never mind.
Wait.
Are they white supremacists?
Yes or no?
What's that?
Yes or no?
They're certainly anti-Semitic, which
This is the equivalent of BGS. They don't think I would go here, but I'm about to go here. This is the equivalent of me showing clips of Louis Gohmert or Michelle Bachmann and saying Republicans have real policy.
I would join with any member.
You don't know who those nut jobs are? Look them up. They're Republicans.
Yeah.
Of the Democratic Party, Mr. Nadler earlier was talking about standing up to the
Okay,
Jewish
reclaiming my time. Next.
Yes, they're white supremacists.
Woo, thank God. Jesus Christ, I didn't think we were going to get there. Oh my gosh, let me be clear. Proud Boys are freaking white supremacists. Neo-Nazis are too. And this president who loves
So what?
to coddle white supremacists has decided that they should be given checks. The reasons that I pointed to those particular organizations is because you can go and read, I don't know how many articles as Dr. Swain wants people to read up. I'm going to be clear.
Why does she have to be a believer? I don't want to claim her, damn it.
Go ahead.
I've read my fair share of books. I do have my fair share of degrees. It is clear that neo-Nazis as well as Proud Boys joined in on January 6th. Yet this slush fund that they keep talking about is specifically to give them money. So how dare this majority sit here and try to lecture this organization about money? Now, we're not talking about tax-paying dollars as we are in that slush fund. But you're telling me that $2 billion in the same country that I'm sure some of y'all would struggle with whether or not the enslavement of Black people was good or bad. I'm not even going to go there and ask y'all the question because y'all struggle with defining that these people were white supremacists. But this country still hasn't thought that reparations made sense for Black folk in this country. But at the same time, they've decided that people that are in organizations that are absolutely white supremacy organizations should get our tax dollars because they decided to tear apart or attempt to tear apart our democracy. They are being rewarded. These are people that went through our criminal justice system. When people on that side of the aisle claim that,
and some of them were FBI agents. Oops,
Did Cynthia G become a congressman or something? Because she sounds a lot like Cynthia G.
Oh, gosh.
law and order, they went through it. They either entered pleas of guilty or they were found guilty. And this president on day one, his priority was not around racism. It was around doing things like letting them go and now putting money in their pockets. We haven't had one hearing on white supremacy. Yet when we look at things like the killing of Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, the 9 worshipers who were murdered at the Mother Emanuel AME Church, the 23 people murdered in 2019 during the shooting at Walmart in El Paso, the 10 people murdered during the 2022 shooting at a grocery store in Buffalo, New York. All of these were murdered by white supremacists who are empowered by the Republican Party's racist rhetoric and policies. This is the same party that wants to drag us back to the Jim Crow era. Some say that there aren't poll taxes, and I guess it's because they're not listing the amount of money. But when you tell somebody that they've got to go and pay for something, say, like a passport that costs over $100 in order to be able to vote, that looks like a poll tax to me. Some of y'all need to read up on your history books, the very same ones that the Republicans have.
Oh, boy. Read up in your history books because you're in the party that did all that shit. Oops.
Decided that people should not hear about because you don't want real history taught in our schools because you're afraid that it's going to hurt people's feelings to know that their ancestors were so savage that they would enslave Black folk. You don't want them to understand why the 14th Amendment.
And you don't want people to understand that your ancestors fought against the very party that you're in right now.
Okay.
Mattered then and it matters today. You don't want them to understand that when they draw these racist lines and tell Black folk that they shouldn't have representation in this country, that it is against the Constitution. You want them to be ignorant so that they can sit up here and be your token for your mission.
Please, thank you.
Oh gosh,
because you got.
And that was their rebuttal. Okay,
that's the rebuttal about. I specifically asked what policies is she pushing forward, okay, for Black people, not rhetoric, not rhetoric, not performance. Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't policy. That was just a minstrel show.
It's a minstrel show. That's what I told him. It was political theater. That's what I told him.
Yeah, I don't completely disagree with everything she said there, but I think she could have handled herself better, like especially in a professional capacity that
she's that's in Congress, okay?
Exactly. And like you said, like she wasn't raised like that, so why are you acting like that?
It's because Black women like it.
Yeah, that's her persona, you know.
Yeah, that's her persona.
And she probably does have some attitude. That's probably why she ain't married. And she a preacher's daughter, yeah.
The preacher's daughter. She's got a loud mouth. She got a bad attitude, and she's not pretty. Okay.
Oh yeah, that too. Oh yeah. I'll be looking at brothers with the side talking about Jasmine Free, like you ain't seen her without makeup.
Yeah, you ain't seen her without that makeup.
Look at it from certain angles, you could tell that that's a butterface.
Okay. She uses Oprah makeup. Okay.
Oh, not the Oprah makeup.
If you see Jasmine Crockett without makeup, you know that she's an Oprah without that makeup on.
And that big old weave hers.
I mean, I don't have any problem with it. The thing is, Okay, we know who she is. So what did she show differently in that clip that she hasn't already shown?
And what was the point of them posting that? Like, what did that? What did that do?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I said, okay, you wanted to know what she stood for. I said, you know what the thing is, all she did, all that was political theater. She's been saying the same shit for the last 4 years. Nothing different. I asked for policies, okay? And asked for rhetoric. What policies does she stand for that she runs on? If that's all she got, then she's not gonna go very far, especially as a senator of Texas.
Well, Congresswoman.
No, what I'm saying is she was running for senator.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's true.
If I'm not mistaken, maybe I got it wrong. She was running for senator. How are you gonna get
She was
elected?
yeah, she was running for the Senate.
How are you gonna elect the senator of Texas if you don't have any solid stuff to run on?
Yeah, just running on your you have a big mouth.
You got a big mouth, yeah.
And you got beat by an unknown person. So, what does that tell you?
Out of all the things you could sit on a committee for, why this one? You could have been on the committee for when Hexess was there. You could sit on the committee with Bessett. A whole bunch of people could sit on a committee with, as far as money and time, stuff like that. Why this one is because of a so-called slush fund. Okay, what I don't agree or disagree with it. Okay, you saying it's supposed to bail out the people in January 6th. Okay, there was a lot of people in January 6th. Some of them were Proud Boys. Okay, a couple of them were neo-Nazis. Okay, but there's a whole bunch of other people are out there that weren't.
Yes,
BGS.
Yes,
But
sir.
don't those things they be sitting on, aren't those divvy out by the leadership of the party? Like you know,
what?
the minority and like the committees.
As far as I don't understand.
Like
yeah, I think they are.
Well, like because you got the majority leader and then you got the whip.
Okay.
Right.
Don't they select who sits on these committees?
On the committees, yes, you know they actually elect people to sit on committees. Okay, but you can't. But a senator can sit into a Congress can interject into a hearing. They can. They don't have to be part of the committee.
Mm-hmm.
Any congressman can actually sit in on any hearing if they want to. So I don't know what committee that was that she was on. Okay. You know,
Yeah.
And I don't know, and it talked about white supremacists. I don't know why that was important, but the thing is, that's performance. That's not getting to the root of the problem.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Especially when you're talking about policy, all she did was like basically say that the people there are either racist or supporting racist
and support the black. Don't support reparations. Support us dragging us back to Jim Crow and slavery and stuff like that. Which is
Jim Crow 2.0.
Yeah, which is why I was trying to tell Art that the other guy, which I don't particularly like one way there, because he's actually a stated MAGA follower. So he actually said that. Yeah, but the thing is, when he talked about slavery and Jim Crow and stuff like that, it didn't come out of nowhere. Okay,
yeah, exactly.
You just heard her say it. Okay.
The funny thing, BGS, is I was listening to one of these political commentators. They were saying that like she would probably be best like off on Trump's team because he likes people like that. That are just loud and
kind of like a quirky, loud and quirky, yeah. Because he's like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
That's probably why they say they put her out there to actually match energies with people from Trump's thing.
Yeah, they got to call it. Trump's intimidated by a black woman like me. Like, no, he's not. Come on, stop it.
And you could tell that the chairman was actually tired of her after her minutes were up. Yeah, get her off, okay? Because she's.
Oh yeah, that's not the only video like that too. They be getting tired of Jasmine.
Yeah.
In fact, let me find that video that I made for because a knucklehead said, "Show me that Jasmine Crockett is fake Ratchet again." I'm like, oh, really? You got jokes? Hold on just a second here. Let's see. Video file.
Like what I was trying to say, at that level, of government, like you shouldn't be up there talking like that. Like,
hold on to that thought, Andre. Hold on to that thought. Let's see, where is it at? Hold on to that thought. You shouldn't be talking like that. Let's see, is this it? No, that's not it. Oh, this is the one.
Speak directly to Elon Musk, what would you say?
Off.
That's it.
Listen, Donald Trump is a piece of shit. Okay, we know that. Yes, he is. Because we in these hot ass Texas streets, honey. Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now. And the only thing hot about him is that he is a hot ass mess, honey. So yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. Right. Okay.
You just
voted to do it.
Y'all did it first, so you don't want to talk about it.
Voted to do it.
Order.
I'm trying to get clarification.
Look at, calm down. Calm down.
No, because this is what
like
y'all
to get
do.
through proceedings.
So I'm trying to get
Miss
clarification.
Crockett, you're not recognized. Miss
I can't hear
Crockett.
you with your yelling.
This is policy, Mike. Really?
Calm down.
No,
Can you please calm
don't
down?
tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all talk
calm
noise,
down.
and then
You're
can't
out of
take
control.
It. If I come
Chairman,
and talk shit about her, y'all gonna have a problem.
Mr. Chairman.
All right, Chair. Okay. Order. Chair now recognizes Miss Green.
Now you see why I said hold that thought, Andre.
Oh my God! I thought you would have shown me a clip of her talking properly. That's even worse.
Oh yeah. That's normal for her. Unfortunately, that is normal. Sadly, but yeah. By the way, I got how many I got watching? I got 68 watching. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that cash app, support the show. Put some money on my books. But yeah, that's normal for Jasmine. It is what it is.
Yep.
It's bad enough I had to go over. What like you said about watching their videos, BJS? It's like watching paint dry.
Yeah, paint dry. Yeah.
I was going over that Thursday because they was trying. And no, I'm not pulling that video back up. Thank goodness, because they were trying to defend Kamala Harris.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, it was like watching paint dry. Yeah, try.
She had a black agenda.
Yeah, she had a black agenda. This might have worked for black people.
Oh yeah, speaking about that, like, because I caught some of those streams they've been doing, you know, and one of the funniest things that I see it is like, you know, who was going after Mr. Z? I was like, why are you going after him? Like, he's literally he's the only Democrat that I see that it's like in the space that's proudly a Democrat and shit.
They don't care.
They don't care, man.
They do not care.
You know, Andre, you know how they go after me for living in Indiana in a liberal district?
Mm-hmm.
They went after Dr. T, and he lives in California in a liberal district. I'm like, okay. Then they had the nerve to say California runs fine. I was like, have you talked to a Californian? Okay. Have you talked to people that moved out of California?
Yeah, and even while I mentioned in one of your last streams, like in the chat, like even while Biden was in office, like they literally had apps out there so you could avoid homeless people shitting on the ground.
Yes, I remember that. Yes, and those apps are real, unfortunately. Crazy. How's the governor race looking over there, BGS?
It looks like Hilton is ahead. So,
is that a Democrat or Republican? I know
he's Republican.
Yeah, I know they have. I know that they have that jungle primary system.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get it, man, because none of this stuff makes sense. But so basically, it's the wild, wild west, almost like the 2020 election for the primaries in 2018, 2019 for the Democrats, just wide open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and AB, I seen that guy crying in your chat, in your comments, asking if you fixed Indiana yet.
Oh, MOT.
It's like
I don't care, man. At this point, I just don't care.
I mean, good grief. You know, the thing is, I know their back is because of the midterms.
Mm-hmm.
Because they've been quiet for pretty much a whole year.
Mm-hmm.
And now they start to make noise again because they think they can. And so my thing is, okay, prove what you're saying, and that's why when he did the low information voter, put my picture on it. I said, okay, let me look at it. I said, dude, is this the best you can do?
No, you know, they were crying about Dr. T making movie reviews. I'm like, so what? That's his business.
Yeah, it you know, some of this is entertainment. So what?
And
maybe they should do movie reviews
for BGS. They're crying about BGS for you. They're crying about, like, you know, how come you're not saying anything? And then it's like, even if he is saying
anything about what? About what?
Yeah, you kind of broke out there, Andre.
Why is it behind a paywall?
Criticizing
Trump.
It's been criticized. I've criticized Trump in front. You know, I've done it before. In fact, I talked
not behind a paywall
because they haven't looked.
Yeah,
because I did because I actually had to do this YouTube thing, right? I talked about the civil crisis, right, and the thing with Venezuela.
Yeah,
I actually talked about Besant and how tariffs won't work.
Yeah,
so I don't know what they're talking about.
I don't either.
I don't know what they're talking about. They say the same thing about me when what's the name was in office, when Biden was in office. Okay, a lot of people on the other side, you're not criticizing them enough. It's not my job to criticize them. My job is to call balls and strikes one way or the other. Because I really don't care one way or the other. I don't like either one.
Yeah.
Basically, it sounds like to me they want you and AB to do whole streams about everything Trump has done wrong.
The thing is, we've been calling Trump the Joker for a while.
Yeah, and I did a stream about what Trump was doing wrong. They didn't pay attention.
Yeah, they saw it. They just wanted to go by their narrative.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you guys got to do play-by-plays for everything, every single thing he does.
They don't. They didn't do play-by-play when Kamala Harris left, and they didn't do play-by-plays when about
play-by-plays on all of Biden's. Cause he asked me, "Did you cover all of Trump's executive orders?" Like, no.
Why should they? Did they?
Yeah. Evidently they claim they covered all of Biden's orders, but you know, I don't care.
So all the executive orders that Biden did, they actually did videos on.
Yeah, Craig said they did. So
bullshit.
I'll take
no, they did not. No, they didn't.
They probably didn't, but you know. And one of the reasons I didn't cover all those orders because, once he made the order, turn around, a Democrat judge just strikes it down. I'm like, okay.
Strikes it down. The thing is, I remember when he first got in office, right? The first day he signed 100 executive orders. I'm not doing all that.
Yeah, that's too much work.
It's too much work. And the thing is, if you don't like him, you cover it. If you got
they cry about him.
Yeah, if you're gonna cry about executive orders, you cover them. That's your job.
Well, according to them, is you guys voted for Trump, so yeah, you cover him.
How do they know who we voted for?
Well, they're specifically saying AB, but you're grouped into that, of course.
How did they know who I voted for? I told them who I voted for. I voted for Kanye West.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, especially back in 2020. That was hilarious.
Oh yeah, I did. Okay, and this time I voted green.
Oh, you voted for Jill?
Yeah. I've been voting green since '92. So Obama and Kanye were the only two people outside of that actually got to vote for me outside the Green Party.
Well, according to them, your vote doesn't count if you vote their party.
No, that's according to them.
Yeah, that's according to them. They say if you vote for the couch, it doesn't count. Yes, it does.
Yes, it sure does.
That's one vote. That's one vote the candidates didn't get.
The thing is, okay, they've been in this space longer than I have. They've been in this space damn near 20 years. Okay, what impact have they made?
Making paint dry. That's about it.
They're good for insomnia. That's for sure. I won't go to sleep. I keep them on.
Making a bunch of videos, calling me a low information voter. I guess.
If you're gonna do that, man, basically, okay, just playing a video and not putting context to it doesn't mean anything. Okay.
Well, they're saying you guys, since you're not picking a side, well, you know, since you claim to be in the middle, you're not picking a side. You're part of the
business
problem.
is theirs? Here's my question. So it's not okay for me to criticize Democrats because I live in Indiana, a Republican state, but it's okay for you to bitch about Trump all year.
And you live in a Democratic state.
Yeah. How's that make sense?
Yeah.
I know, BGS. I'm using way too much logic.
So in other words, instead of criticizing us, what the fuck are they doing? That's gonna make impact.
Well, AB, you need to fix your state first before you talk about anything politically. And BGS, you live in a state that's working great.
California, really?
That's what I told BGS on Thursday. He said your state is working great.
California?
Yes.
Okay. With the biggest homeless population in
yeah. He said your state is working just fine.
Yeah, we're carrying bass, let all the rich people get burned down. Okay, all right. I guess so.
He said California was just fine. I was like, man, I was like, they can't be this stupid. Oh wait, never mind. Yeah, at this point it's sad, and and well, you know what? I'm not surprised. At this point, I shouldn't be surprised. I said this on Monday. When you take anything that Big J Dummy X takes serious. You have Big J Dummy X on your panel, yeah. And you could that's a dummy panel. And yeah, Big J, if you're watching, I don't give a shit. You're a dumbass, and I said what I said.
Yeah, he's not the sharpest knife in the drawer.
I mean, he was up there talking about like he still wants to like go to politicians and advocate for the Manosphere to be a hate group or whatever.
Okay, good. I mean, he's got a lot of help. All this help that he can get about being anti-black manosphere. How come he hasn't?
Yeah, I don't know. You'd have to ask him about fuck that dude.
No, how come he hasn't? There's a lot of anti-black manosphere, including YouTube.
Yeah. I'm at the point. I just adore him and May. And just leave over where they at. And
I don't get May. Why the fuck do you keep coming back?
Because she gets wet when you yell at her.
I guess so.
She every time she say, hey, she wetting them up. Yeah.
Oh, I hate chicks that like hate fucking, man. It gets on my nerves.
Yeah.
Had an ex like that. Like because it makes them wet.
Amazing op, like she over there in MOT's chat cheerleading and complaining about AB and complaining about you. Over there doing that shit.
Yeah, he did a stream on me. I don't feel like playing it because it wouldn't, especially after he said I somehow like Cynthia G. Really dig it. That's the best you got. It's that anyway.
I mean, most of the content is complaining about us.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for us, they would have no content.
Yeah, and
and you know what the sad part is? If you look at their comments, I see brothers in there like, can we get back to tech, please?
Yeah,
and see, I haven't really talked about this. I've had several of those brothers that used to be in the Black Brain Trust come to me behind the scene and tell me they don't agree with what's going on.
Oh, with the Black Brain Trust?
Yeah, I've had several brothers that used to be a part of it come to me behind the scenes on other platforms and talk to me about what's going on and why they kind of disassociated themselves with it.
I don't understand what their purpose is. Okay,
so I haven't seen the full history, but I've heard I've heard like the opposition complaining about, like, specifically AB Media is saying that, like, you can't make content without talking about them, when I see you responding to content they made about you.
Yeah.
So that sounds like projection to me, but
it is
projection.
I wasn't there for everything.
I don't know how you can talk about me making content when your content for almost a year was just clips from my lives.
That's the whole thing. They're complaining about us, but the things, they won't get no traction if they don't complain about us.
True.
Their biggest lies are when they put our names in it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's their biggest lies.
At this point, I just ignore it and it's like, okay, whatever. Okay, MOT put my whole tag in the chat. I was like, well, I don't care. I was over there trolling for a little bit, but after a while, I was like, I don't feel like even doing a response video to this. Because he said Indiana doesn't have affordable health care. Like, yeah, we do, you dumb fuck. It's called HIP. That's the Indiana plan. Look it up. Y'all said Indiana will never vote. He said this on my panel. Indiana has never voted blue. I was like, okay, explain 2008 when Indiana's delegates went to Obama. Oops.
Yep.
Indiana would never go blue. Okay. We've had Democrat governors. Were they a little bit more conservative? Yeah, but we've had Democratic governors. So,
yeah, don't even worry about that, because MOT fucking. I've talked to him multiple times, and he fucking attacks me and shit. It's whatever.
No, yeah, he called you a dumbass, and I'm sure he called you a dumbass and all that.
Yeah, it's like this all internet shit, so I don't give a fuck.
Shout out to Aquatechie for the $10 holla.
Okay. Ramen noodles for everybody tonight. Okay.
Oh yeah. That's a delicacy. Especially when you know how to doctor them up.
Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. You better thank you, donuts.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back into my animation mode, BGS, and do some more animations.
BGS, question for apparently, like, Russia attacked Kiev with some Oreshniks.
Oh yeah, they did just today, because I think they Ukraine, they fired, they droned Moscow. So
yeah, and like it was a college. Like, they weren't kids, but they're still, compared to us, they're kids.
Yeah, well, the things they did it in Moscow, and that's the biggest thing. So they had to retaliate.
Well, apparently, like, they hit the same spot 3 times.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
Neither am I. So is it hot down there in California now?
No, it's good. It's only like 72.
Yeah. It was about 60 to 70 here. It's 61 now, so it'll probably be hot tomorrow.
Okay. No, it's good. It's not quite June yet, so it's good spring weather.
I don't know. It's gonna be in the 70s, so okay, that's not too bad.
Yep.
Might go out for a walk. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. Looks like it's gonna rain for a little bit. That's okay.
All right, good people. I am going to call it.
All right.
And let you guys get on with the rest of whatever you guys gonna do.
Yeah, I might call to it because I'm getting sleepy.
Yeah, I'm about to drop off too.
Naima, you there, Naima? He probably knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no,
there. Naima don't sleep very much.
Oh, that's right. He is in the opposite time zone. So,
well, he that, and plus, he's got anxiety, so he doesn't sleep very much.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh well, yeah.
So,
but
him and Donald Trump. Donald Trump sleeps about 4 hours a day.
Oh yeah, I heard his sleep schedule's off the chain, and he has his habits even in the White House. So that
Yeah. That's the whole thing about Donald. He's been that way his whole life. He only sleeps about 4 hours a day.
Yeah, they said Vince McMahon's like that. He has that weird schedule, and
No. The thing is that's all the sleep they require because of their body. Their brains and their bodies are wired differently. So that's they only sleep like 4 hours.
You okay?
Oh yeah, I'm all right. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Before we leave, I got 2 ideas, and you're gonna hate me for it, but you're gonna see the genius in them. Because I gotta love that AI generated image you did. Put some money in my books.
Mm-hmm.
And BGS, there's one for you.
Okay.
You in the prison garb, in the visiting area of a prison.
Mm-hmm.
But it's either like we're seeing. It's like just like that, except it's in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a silhouette of you. And sitting across from you is a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I'm here for my emotional no. She says, I miss you, BGS. And you're like, I am too old for this bullshit.
Yeah,
and that's emotional. That's blackmail, emotional labor.
May would love that one.
Well, that was who I was thinking of, actually. That would be you and her in the visiting room of a prison.
Yeah.
In you two jail. Next one.
Hey, the visiting, and she's on the other side of the glass.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, I miss you. I said, put some money in my book.
I'm too old. And the other one would probably be this. And it'd be you, except it's just from the neck down we see you. It's sitting in a separate visiting room with your hands clenched together or you have 4 arms folded across. And all we see is also a briefcase and a hand on the briefcase is saying, Remember the mantra, BGS. I am too old for this bullshit.
Okay.
And that was the lawyer, and that's the lawyer.
That's what I said when I was watching Roland that first video. I'm too old for this bullshit. Talking about a man needs to stop bitching. I'm like, really, dude?
Yeah, and get with a strong black woman. And me and Dr. G are gonna be doing something on that on Wednesday. So.
Oh, okay.
Well, what's his definition of a good, strong black woman? He didn't say good, strong black woman. He wants a good, strong black woman.
A good old-fashioned gynocrat that will tell you what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, a real man can handle me. Why do I need to handle you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
unless you like to get manhandled.
Every girlfriend I have ever had said the exact same shit.
Yeah, I need a real man to handle me.
I don't like the way you handle me.
And
so why do I need to handle you? You're a grown person.
That's my point too. You grown. I don't date under 20. You need to be grown.
Mm-hmm.
I'll flirt with an 18-year-old, but preferably out of high school. If you still in high school, no, you can't talk to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or if it's a 19-year-old that's repeating the 11th grade.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They used to make them repeat. They don't make them repeat anymore. Just give them a diploma and say, good luck.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's why they have so many.
And accept them into college. Yeah. Your turn.
Yeah.
Tag, you're it.
Yeah. That's why the colleges have to create new math classes because the kids don't have enough math.
And they don't have a choice because they don't have enough students to make their payroll. So they need
now.
In
all fairness, though, I had to spend a semester taking some remedial courses, but it was only one semester. Wasn't up to speed, but it was. I got through it, and by the end, they said, "Hey, I took a test. They said, hey, bro, you can read it at college level." I was like, "Oh, thank you." So yeah, I've been there, but part of the process. So much has changed since then. Back then, they had just started. They wouldn't let you write papers anymore. You had to type them up.
Oh yeah.
Double spaced.
Yeah.
Times New Roman or Arial, and
Yeah.
Put your sources at the bottom, correspondence sources at the bottom. About a page and a half.
Bibliography.
Well, they're teaching how to do college papers, so that's what that's why they do it that way. Yeah. All right. Anyhow, y'all, I'm out.
All right. I'd like to thank everybody that came through. If you have liked the show, hit the cash and support the show because I am in YouTube jail and you need to put some money in my books. But I'd like to thank everybody that came through. This is AB Media 83, and I'm going to bed. Peace. Yo, this is AB Media 83. To support the channel, hit the Cash App. Also, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the video. Also, be sure to hit that bell notification so you can be notified the next time I upload a live stream, video, or short. And always remember, guard your image, guard your peace. Keep it moving. This is AB Media 83, and I'm out. Peace.